are no strangers to scandals.
And Anthony on satellite radio.
Those hosts, Anthony Camilla and Greg Opie here.
Controversial team.
Comment profanity linked to Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony apologizing for yet another raunchy gag.
The Opie and Anthony show.
Is this the last straw for the raunchy radio duo?
This is dangerous.
There's nothing in the Bible that says you can't tongue an asshole.
Psychotic, sexual deviance.
I just want to take it in the shitter like a good fruit.
Really, it is a very, very bad thing.
Go fuck yourself.
It's unbelievable.
I love it.
We know we're great. Everyone knows we're great.
Complete horseshit.
This show's never short of casters. We're just dicks.
We don't get you one way, we fuck you the other way.
This is like what goes on in a mental institution.
I'm the Opie and Anthony virus, and I'm here to infect you with hilarity.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Morning.
My God, man.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Hi, everybody. Merry morning. Happy goodness to you. On this fine Tuesday. Only a few days left, right? Christmas vacation?
Yep.
Oh, that's wonderful. Doing anything? What are you doing?
Yeah, Christmas.
Got that family stuff?
That family crap.
Yeah. I'm the new Christmas guy.
You're the go-to house, right?
I'm the new go-to Christmas guy.
I'm turning into the go-to house as well. Yeah.
Christmas Eve is still, over at Uncle Tony's house. But Christmas Day, now, it's like I'm the guy. I'm the guy.
Well, you got the place.
I know. Little kids running around. Yeah. Oh, Uncle Paul, you're not invited. Please stay away.
All right. The Tiger news.
What happened with
Tiger? We both thought of it, and then as you started saying it, why did I think after you said what happened, I would chime in with the same thing and get it out first?
Like fucking stereoactum.
I know.
It really did stink, too. I did it at the same time, and it's like, shut up.
It was like a bomb with an echo.
I do love the people that are yelling and screaming they're sick of the Tiger stuff, but you can't be sick of the Tiger Woods stuff until the story has been completely written.
Yeah, until
How
it's
can
finished.
you be sick of this? It's like going to a movie on, you know what, it's only... You walk out after it's 3/4 done because you're sick of it.
You're sick of, like, the whole thing the movie's about.
Yeah, this isn't done yet, so
No.
you can't be sick of it yet.
Wait for the end.
How can you be sick of a story that just has new facts every day?
Alexander Goodenough has not been shot yet.
Yeah, exactly. Tiger Woods is into cougars, we learned today.
What?
Woman number 14 has come out. Now, this is where it gets good. They have completely lost track of how many girls, officially.
Yeah.
The paper's saying she could be girl number 14 or girl number 16. They're not really sure at this point. They've lost track, is what happened.
That is fantastic.
And I was telling these guys, if it's 14 or 16, it's got to be twice that. Because there's got to be girls out there that are like, you know what, I can't announce to the world that I had sex with Tiger because I'm married, I got this, I got that, something else going on.
I have discretion.
I have discretion.
Yeah.
I bet you there's a couple girls out there that said, yeah.
Dude, let me tell you something. I would bet you there are more girls that had sex with Tiger that haven't said a word than have said something.
Now, that's very interesting.
I really do, because
I think you're about right.
These are the fucking, the Budinskis that come out of the woodwork and want to maybe be a little famous, maybe get some money,
Sure.
this, that, the other thing. But I think there's a lot of girls that probably were married, like you said.
Right.
Just discretion. And, maybe they saw that Perkins waitress and went, I'm not putting her up on the curve. Maybe there's some real slobs.
Right, going, oh, man. Yeah, you're right. And if he is going to Madams and doing the hooker thing, well, there's a bunch of hookers that certainly wouldn't be talking, right?
So I would say more. I say it's probably hundreds of girls.
Hundreds?
I think in his short career. What did
fuck
Chamberlain have? What did
Chamberlain was
thousands.
Thousands.
It was like thousands of girls.
But fuck the whole career. I mean, because everyone is focused on the fact that he decided to get married because he was done with all that womanizing. Yeah. We were saying before the show, there's cheating and then there's Tiger Woods. This is ridiculous. This is way beyond cheating. The guy should have never been married.
Yeah, this is crazy ass.
Like he got married and didn't even slow down at all. No. He was at the same speed before he got married and during his marriage, and who knows how many he's banged since.
Blowjobs at the reception under the fucking dais. Fucking the glasses. Clink, 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 clink. He's just fucking getting his dick sucked.
This is a guy that obviously should have never been married. I mean, why he got married, that's up to him, whatever. I think it was an image thing to really bring in the sponsors and bring in the cash.
Maybe he thought it would mellow him out. Sometimes people get married because they think, look, my life's a little fucking crazy.
Yeah.
This will settle me down. You know, guys get married to settle down sometimes, and it just doesn't work.
Well, find a good girl, you settle down.
I settle down with a different girl every night.
Look at Henry. Found himself a nice girl. He's settling down. I love that.
Poor thing got his big teeth caught in a bumper. Giant, dumb tiger teeth. I saw a profile shot of him. It's all I think of now is his fucking giant choppers.
His choppers.
He could file that shit down, man, a little bit. Why not? Teeth are way too big. So woman number 14.
I don't think so.
I know, exactly. Or woman number 16, depending on what scorecard you're following.
Yeah.
Tiger was with a 48-year-old, Teresa Rogers. I guess she's 48 now. The oldest woman yet, who had a 5-year affair with Tiger before and during his marriage.
How old?
48 now.
48 now.
I think Tiger's been married 5 years, so, 43, 42, somewhere around there, she started seeing Tiger.
Wow.
And it lasted for 5 years during his marriage. His longest reported affair so far.
And people call her Terry. She's 48, named Teresa. She probably should be called Terry.
Hey, Terry.
She dresses like some fucking chick from an 80s. Oh, is that her?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, the picture's not bad.
Collagen lips, though.
Who cares? They probably suck Tiger's dick really well. I love those big dick-sucking duck lips. Lick it, Daffy. Fucking slobber on it and lick it if I put an exploding cigar in your mouth.
Oh, you want me to fuck your dick, do ya?
She's fucking sexy.
Yeah,
Who's holding her? Sammy Hagar? That shitty perm? Somebody with a perm and a bad blue shirt.
Digitized face, but you see that perm sticking out.
That guy's got the same shirt on that the dude in fucking Boogie Nights had when the Asian kid was dropping firecrackers behind him. This guy sucks.
The problem with the picture, though, you don't know when it was taken.
Right.
I mean, if it was taken last Christmas, because there is a Christmas tree, or maybe this Christmas, come on. Then, she's not that bad.
No, she's sexy,
But that picture could be 10 years old.
But she looks like one of those, like every time we have one of those sex surrogates in.
Oh, we're having one of those broads in today.
What?
Yeah, we're having, what's her name in?
Who's
She's actually in
in?
front of the show, Victoria.
She's on tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah,
okay, tomorrow, I'm sorry.
Anyone in today? What am I?
No, then there's no one in today.
No guest.
I thought we had one.
Nope.
We were supposed to have Giovanni Ribisi, right?
Oh, yeah, well.
And he canceled on us.
What about...
I don't know. I saw him on Fox or Channel 11 yesterday.
With a strange mustache.
Yeah, he's looking a little...
Just add him to the list of guests we wanted and said yes to that we never got.
Right. There was that one, and there was...
Patton Oswalt. What happened to him?
I don't know.
I saw his movie just so I could be prepared for the interview.
About it.
Was he here or not? Maybe he didn't come.
I don't know.
Patton wouldn't blow the show. I think he wants to come on the show.
No, he does want to come on.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that. Maybe that's down the road.
Fuck Patton!
So Tiger's now got a cougar under his belt, too.
All right. Collect them all, Tiger.
And then
except for black women, apparently.
Dude, has he fucked anybody who even had a tan?
There is no one that is below, like, fucking...
You would think there'd be one black broad in there.
One mocha, something.
Yeah, one chick that listens to fucking hip-hop. Nothing.
Not a black chick and not an Asian chick.
Right.
Like, and he's a mix of both, and he just kind of fucking... Just shows, touch him.
Just shows the world that white people rule.
Oh, of course.
We all know that. We all know that secretly, right?
Jesus.
White people rule. What do we say? That black girls would talk more than the white girls, so obviously he didn't bang any black broads, right?
You think
Didn't we
that's
have
the
that
truth?
conversation?
Do black girls babble more than fucking white chicks?
You never hear black chicks in the middle of these scandals, though, man.
know.
Unless they're hookers who get called out. Like, but you never hear black chicks babbling like this.
Yeah, the Hugh Grant thing where the hooker, but that was an arrest, wasn't it?
I think so.
They got busted on that.
Let's get some sisters on the phone. Do they babble or not?
Let me tell you, if it was a sister, she wouldn't be talking. Oh, I can't wait. I gotta hear the hack fucking black comics on this one. How about that? Anybody keeping tabs on the Tiger Woods situation? Everybody? Woo! Yeah, let me tell you. All them white women Tiger been with, that's why they coming out talking. If that was a black woman, she wouldn't be talking. No, she became some Tiger money. Right, we get it. I don't know what we get, really.
So Tiger's
Huge
got
tax bill.
So Tiger's got a cougar in there. Tiger's got a pig in there. Mm-hmm. The Perkins waitress is the pig.
She's famous.
Have we rated these women yet? Hottest to nottest?
Hottest to nottest. Perkins waitress right at the fucking bottom of the barrel.
Who would you put it as number one, though? Not Rachel.
Number one, I would put that fucking...
Rachel's solid, man.
Rachel's,
No.
She's not solid. You take those fucking Ray-Bans off her face, she's got googly eyes.
That blonde,
Am I the only
chick.
one that notices the googly eyes?
Fuck that chick. No, that blonde. What's her name? Jungers.
Jamie Jungers?
She's awful.
Jamie Jungers.
I saw a picture. She looked like a big fatso yesterday. No,
What?
That picture of her.
She might have Tiger's kid in her belly.
Oh, fuck. No, I'd take Jungers.
Jamie Jungers?
Jimmy Chungas. Yeah, she looked pretty hot in that
What
picture
about-
where she's kind of laying down with a bikini thingy on.
That's where Voss would try to be smart and keep the J's silent. It's Jamie Youngers.
Jamie Youngers. Don't you know pronunciations?
All right, we got a guy married to a black chick. Hey, Buffalo, what's up?
Yo, this is Mike from Buffalo. How y'all, man?
Hi, Mike.
Hey, Mike, what do you got going?
So you're a white guy married to a black woman or a black guy?
Do I sound like a white boy?
He sounds so
like
black.
A white boy, all right?
Come on, Jimmy.
No, but you do sound like a black guy, but you never know.
Come
If
on.
you're a white guy who married a black girl, you might have a different inflection.
Call it a wigger.
I'm not with that, man. White people are wonderful, but I don't want to marry one of them.
Yeah, I hear you.
I agree.
Yeah. But dig it. Yeah, like I said, man, black chicks in that situation with Tiger. First of all, I think Jimmy made the observation that he didn't have any black chicks, man. Black people really don't care anything about Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to tell you the truth, man. I mean, because when he came out with that Caliblasian bullshit, whenever they asked him about his, ethnic background, man, we were pretty much done with him. So basically, the black community is laughing at him right now.
Because he doesn't like considering himself black, right?
Not at all. And I mean, like I said, you don't have to go around with a picket sign saying how black you are, but at the same time, man,
well,
you are what you are.
He's half Asian, too, right?
Yeah, he is.
He likes to say he's
But-
Blasian or something.
Okay, if he slapped a white woman and they had to describe him to the police, would Asian come up? Hell no.
That's how you gauge it. How would they be described to the police?
How are you described on a police report? That's how we always...
Black male.
That's right.
Yeah, black male, slender.
Right. You are what you are. I mean, Jimmy, am I right? Straight up. Am I right, Jimmy?
Well, unless it was in the Daily News, they wouldn't describe race at all.
Yeah.
They'd say the man attacked her. He was carrying a golf club and wearing a hat. That'd be the entire description.
2 arms, 2 legs.
Yeah, no one's arguing with you, man.
I don't think black community, I'm not saying that they go for infidelity, but they're not as likely as a group to crucify a guy for infidelity.
No.
Which I think is right, because it's phony to crucify this guy when everybody knows that most men in his position would be as weak as he was.
But
it's hard
it's the image he built up.
Yeah, exactly.
But he didn't build up...
No, man, come on. There's weakness and then there's complete stupidity. The guy never slowed down when he got married.
The contrast...
He didn't even go, wow, this marriage thing is cool, and then, get weak.
It doesn't matter. The contrast of the image he built up compared to what it looks like now is ridiculous.
Right.
You take someone like Kobe, which is a whole different situation. No one was like, holy shit, I'm shocked he cheated on his wife.
Right.
Because, is
Tiger-
it different? He
Tiger's
wasn't trying to cultivate...
He was one of those athletes you wanted to tussle. He looked like, oh, come here, Tiger.
And believe me, that image was finely cultured and scripted
Since
by
he was
his
a kid,
father
squeaky clean.
and him and fucking agents, managers. He probably had somebody just for his image to sell his image.
Image consultant. Yes.
And
maybe
then
someone said that, you really need to, get married to
come
really to keep this image thing going. Have a couple kids, settle down.
Like I said, I agree with Anthony. Like I said, that the handcrafted, polished image, man. I mean, in the end, like you said, when you got millions of dollars and a dick, you're going to mess up. We all know that, right, Anthony? But anyway,
that happens.
Exactly. But the thing is, when you handcraft that image, and like you said, he's been, like I said, he's just been put up on this pedestal, man, and America loves to see people fall.
Yep.
So it's just his turn, man. And me personally, I'm
amazed.
I don't feel sorry for him because I'm on my way to work doing a job I don't want to do for a living.
I hear you.
What?
What I'm more amazed at is that it took this long for all this stuff to come out. I mean, it seems like a lot of people knew what he was up to. And how this media is and how this culture is. You're surprised they didn't try to tear him down, 2-3 years ago.
But the thing is, though, Anthony, Opie, is that you look at something. I mean, it's such a subliminally racist society in a lot of ways. You're talking about a guy who was a golfer, right? You're talking about a golfer versus a basketball player. Now, we all think a basketball player is going to lay pipe because, they're 7 foot tall and cocked down on their knees. It's just a stereotype, a subliminal stereotype, that you would fall into that. You would really believe Kobe Bryant would stick his broad in.
Of course.
Exactly.
I get what you're saying.
No surprise
as far
there.
as golf goes, when you thought crazy golfer, you thought John Daly. After John Daly, and this is a question for the true golf fans out there, did you think of anybody else on the entire PGA Tour that might be womanizing and drinking and drugging? No. There's one guy in that list.
Maybe the Shark in his early days.
Maybe the Shark, Greg Norman.
Don't forget, too,
maybe.
We knew, growing up, football players, basketball, jocks, and the way they are. They're alpha males, they bang the hot cheerleaders, so you always associate jocks. None of us growing up knew golfers. Like, you didn't know any golfers, and if you did, you wanted to smack them in the mouth. You didn't know any golfers that were like, oh, that guy gets a lot of pussy. Yeah. So that's another reason this comes from way out of left field.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, that's
left field's baseball, Jimmy.
No, it's not.
Comes way out from out of bounds.
All right, Mike, thanks a lot, man.
Comes from the sand trap.
All right, listen, so let's continue with this. So then the Rachel broad, she was one of the first to come out, right? She's the Ray-Ban girl with, I'm telling you, find a picture without the glasses on. Her eyes are horrendous.
Her eyes are going crazy.
They are going crazy. They look in two different directions. Will reportedly receive $1 million annually for the next 5 years to keep her mouth shut.
What?
How does this shit come out?
$1 million annually for 5 years
so basically
to keep her mouth shut.
It's a $5 million deal that she just got to keep her mouth shut about Tiger.
What's the difference between her and the guy blackmailing Letterman, really?
Or
it's
her
the methods.
And prostitute.
Absolutely. Well, she's not fucking anymore.
She did fuck, and now she's getting $5 million. Mm-hmm. That's fantastic.
So what the fuck does she know?
Yeah.
Dude, she must have audio and video.
Or the Tiger Woods people really fucked up thinking it was going to stop with Rachel and go, all right, let's squash this, pay her off, and then everyone else comes out of the woodwork. They must be going, fuck, we just wasted $5 million.
Yeah.
We just wasted $5 million.
Tiger, yeah, we got her. No, that's okay. We're paying her off. This thing will go away quick. Yeah. Don't you worry about it. She's not going to say a word. She promised. Yeah, $5 million. Yeah, drop in the bucket. No problem.
Yeah.
Hold on. My phone's ringing. I have the phone. Hold on.
And then it's just...
Hello? Holy shit.
And then it's a telethon. It's just a phone bank just ringing off the hook.
Yes, our phones are ringing here. We need... we'll send you money.
Yelling to his assistant, can you get phone number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12?
What's the toad up to, ladies and gentlemen? Let's get a toad.
Right. And as far as the Rachel girl goes, Joy Behar had to apologize on The View yesterday.
What?
We love the apology because it's a fake apology.
What a doodle.
It's the you better read this or you're fired apology. I'm sure Joy Behar did not want to apologize for anything she said about Rachel. In this case, I believe she was basically saying that Rachel, I think, was paid money. That she might have been a hooker.
Well,
and Joy
before the fact.
Right. And Joy Behar now had to apologize because Rachel's insisted and said I was not a hooker or something like that. So here's the fake apology. These are all fake bullshit fucking apologies that people have to read to save their ass.
In Touch Weekly claims and has emails of Tiger Woods telling alleged mistress Rachel, how do you say? You could tell. You could tell she's as a hooker.
You could tell she's a putain.
You could tell she's a putain.
Rachel, you walked into
You could tell she's a hooker. That's a pretty
That's
good
a
line.
funny joke.
That's a
I like
joke. That line.
Play on words with her
so
name.
wait, she had to apologize for a joke?
Wow.
I would like to know the definition of a hooker because if you read
someone
up on,
who fucks for money.
yeah, but I mean, what is the money part of it?
And it's a joke.
What is the money part of it? I mean, what if you're getting paid to go away on vacation? What if you're getting paid? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Was that Gloria Allred, her lawyer?
Oh, yeah.
That's why. That fucking awful Gloria Allred probably threatened to sue, and they figured it's just easier. Even though she was kidding and it was a wordplay joke, that's got to be it. What else could it be?
How the fuck do you can't apologize for a joke?
I thought like parody is protected under the First Amendment.
Of course it is.
Kind of a very parody on the name, a word. But
the thing is, you still, you know, she could be. Their argument could be, well, a reasonable person could think that you were really saying you could tell she's a hooker. Again, that's ridiculous, but...
Well, here's Joy apologizing on yesterday's show.
Joy? Yeah. You have something you need
Oh, yes, I have to clear something up. During a...
Oh, I feel bad for
Joy,
her.
you have something to say. And it's like they're trying to make it like it's off the cuff.
God.
Like Whoopi had to remind her. Meanwhile, she's sitting there steaming the whole time. Believe me.
Of course.
Steaming that she has to fucking utter an apology to this fucking... got a settlement from Tiger bitch.
Yeah.
See, I won't have to apologize because that's what she did.
Because some dumb suit, said you better apologize, and they even write it for you. You don't even have to write your own apology. How great is that?
She was wasn't she fucking a married man? She was fucking a married guy, and now she's taking
fucking a married man, are you,
Mr. Grady? And now she's taking a settlement. I mean, that's my understanding of it. So if she's doing that, why can't you make fun of her? She's now a public figure. Sorry, Toots.
Right.
You're not a private citizen.
And she technically
Jimmy apologized for that.
I'm very, very sorry.
She technically just took money for having
sex
with Tiger Woods.
Yeah, so she called her a baton or whatever the fucking word is, a hooker.
So technically, though, she just made $5 million. Why did she make $5 million?
For having sex with Tiger and keeping her mouth shut
about the relationship she had with Tiger.
Exactly. What the fuck?
Some repulsive lawyer fucking probably called the repulsive lawyers over there, and they put their fucking repulsive, no contract honoring fucking lawyer fucking heads together, and then came up with that. Lawyers suck dick.
Wow, that was a lot of info.
I like that.
There's a little too much info in there.
They just, it's a profession that has integrity only when put next to pedophiles and fucking those that stone adulterers to death.
It really is true. A lawyer.
You sure you weren't talking about
lawyers
a few different situations there, Jimmy?
No, just in general. I'm very generalizing.
All right. You're generalizing.
They're despicable. Fucking. They seek ambiguous language to avoid doing what the right thing is. They're fucking pukey.
Loopholes.
Disgusting. I've never met one that I fucking sat down with in a room and fucking respected. Never.
Like
dumb motherfuckers.
The way you think. Exactly the way I think. They only look almost human, right, when they're sitting next to the fucking scumbag they're defending that just like raped a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
That's when they're upstanding and trying to help.
They're terrible. They're fucking terrible. They don't ever seek to do the right thing. Two lawyers were discussing something like that. One wouldn't call and go, look, did she say this about my client, or did he say this about my client? And the other person would go, yeah, but it's a joke, and the lawyer would go, oh, all right. Well, yeah, no, it was rhetorical hyperbole or whatever. You know that discussion didn't go on.
That's never happening.
It's never about doing the right thing. It's always, Carlin was brilliant when he talked about businessmen and how he hates the businessman, and their whole job is to fuck the other guy in negotiation, and just what despicable scumbags they are. They really are despicable fucking people.
Instead of having a true understanding between two people for the best interest of both parties, it's I will fuck you in the ass and you will try to fuck me in the ass, and we'll just chase each other around the room.
And it's like, it's not even that they're so smart and above it. I've sat down in enough rooms with these guys in all different situations.
Yeah.
I've never found one that I respected intellectually. I really haven't.
No, they're usually dummies.
They're dumb.
They just know how to fuck other people by learning.
That's right.
Through, experience.
That's right. Fucking all those years of college, that's the best argument you can put up, you dumb motherfucker.
Most of them are nameless and faceless.
Dude, exactly.
I don't even know where the lawyers hang out around here.
But I know anywhere. You never know where they hang out in any company.
I know they influenced this show dramatically.
It's somewhere between the toilet and the Hudson River. That's where all lawyers hang out. You never know where they are.
Where are they?
Never.
Have I bumped into any of these
Dude,
guys?
I don't know. I don't even know if I bumped into one here or at XM or at CBS. I wouldn't know one unless it slithered up my leg under the fucking table.
I'll tell you, though,
like a parasite.
They're always close enough to pop their fucking heads up when something happens.
Absolutely.
Always close enough to just, doink, here I am.
Well, let's listen to the Joy Behar apology here. We just went a little off-road there.
Nah, but it's
fine.
perfect. You guarantee that's the
We're
discussion
bouncing right back on the highway.
One lawyer called another lawyer. I guarantee that's what happened.
Yeah.
We demand an apology.
Listening closely to Joy's voice here, you can tell there's no joy in her voice.
I did pretty good one. I had the cab driver cracking up last night.
Joy, you have something you need.
Oh, yes, I have to clear something up. During a discussion on Thursday's show about the alleged affair between Tiger Woods and Rachel Yucatel, I made a joke. I made a play on Miss Yucatel's name. This was intended only as a joke, and I apologize for the choice of words and for any misimpression the joke may have created.
And we'll be right back.
That has to be the threat of a lawsuit. That has to be.
That was so red.
And
she read that fucking thing verbatim.
Our society just sucks on the big dick of fucking hell. We suck. Because know what happens now? Oh, she apologized. Okay, everything's good now.
Yeah.
She doesn't mean that apology.
She absolutely doesn't mean that.
And she shouldn't mean that apology. She was forced to do that. But then after you're forced to do it, everything's okay? Well, how does that make sense?
How is you could tell she's a hooker taken as a real statement? It's a joke.
Yeah, it's a play on words.
If her name was something else, if her name was...
If her name was Suck a Dick.
If her name was, say, what's another sexy name? Rachel Betsy Bottoms. Let's just say her name was Rachel Betsy Bottoms, and she said you could tell she's a hooker. Well, that's different. Now you're making a real statement.
Yeah. It's her name. Love of God.
All right.
How they made her apologize, I don't know.
I feel bad for her. We've been in that situation, certainly.
Joy's a comic. She never asks other people to apologize.
The comic.
No, you could tell. She was reading it really fast. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, and it was worded very legally.
Well, of course it was.
Legally.
The alleged affair. He gave her $5 million to not have an affair. Tiger's a dope. Allegedly a dope.
Yeah, why is she getting paid if she's not a hooker?
Well, she's not a hooker.
I'm not saying she is.
No, why would she get paid? Exactly.
If you're getting $5 million for your time with Tiger Woods, what's that about? Why don't you explain that?
Yeah.
Some other Tiger bullet points, and we'll move on here. What's that watch company, Ant? Tag
Heuer.
No, it's Tag Heuer.
Says it will spend the next few weeks assessing its relationship with Tiger.
Tag Heuer? What? No.
Yeah, Tag Heuer.
It's Tag
Heuer, the watch company. So they're not really sure what to do with Tiger yet. They're obviously on the fence. Here's the big bombshell for today, besides the Cougar thing. Tiger's Canadian doctor is under criminal investigation for drug violations in the U.S. and Canada.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Tiger had some kind of procedure done, blood... What the fuck was it called? Blood, I don't know. They fucking do something with your blood, and it's very...
Thinner?
Not thinner.
Doping?
Not doping either.
Blood clot.
No.
Bumble clot. Pussy clot. Raz clot.
What the fuck is it? I read it. It was too early, though.
Something with his blood?
It's kind of a controversial procedure or something. Whatever. After the break, we'll get more.
Melanin removal?
Whatever.
Sounds intriguing.
I know. I don't have it in front of me, though, man. Hold on, man. Maybe I do.
Damn.
All right. How about we try this?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. The Canadian doctor who performed the controversial medical procedure on Tiger Woods is under criminal investigation for drug violations on both sides of the border. Dr. Tony Galea was arrested in October, and his Toronto clinic was raided by Canadian authorities after his assistant was detained at the U.S.-Canadian border, blah, blah, blah. Reportedly found to be in possession of illegal drugs, including human growth hormone, HGH. We know that one, right? And something called Actovegin, I think, a drug extracted from calf's blood that has been banned by the World Anti-Doping Agency. Galea flew to Woods' Florida home at the request of his agents to treat the golfer earlier this year with his platelet-rich plasma injection therapy, also known as blood spinning. Okay.
Oh. I have no idea what that is.
Well, when you
platelet? The blood platelets.
Galea has attracted a mystique in sports medicine circles for his advocacy of the process, which involves spinning blood in a centrifuge and re-injected into injured joints in the hope of accelerating healing. It's a bit suspicious, no?
I guess it separates it from the plasma, and then you get a little thickness of the blood, and put it in there. Extra platelets.
Yeah. I don't know. So so the doctor that he was using is seems like he's a bad boy. He's got that HGH.
And are there any allegations that Tiger had this done? Is that what it is?
Well, I can tell you this much: over the years, people were talking and saying, well, wondering if he was on the roids. It was never proven.
No.
But, I mean, he was jacked. Everyone knows he was big-time jacked.
Do they test in the PGA?
I believe so, Anthony. I believe so.
Could have been cycling during that time.
Yeah, I believe, who knows? But there were those type of rumors over the years with Tiger Woods. Pop Eater, as we move on, reports Tiger might move to France temporarily to escape the media.
That's where everyone goes, though.
France?
Everyone goes to fucking France when they want to get away. Yeah.
We did the Rachel thing, and then Nike is definitely standing behind Tiger Woods, and they're calling it a minor blip. God bless Nike for that.
A minor blip?
They're calling it a minor blip.
This is a minor
with their relationship.
blip?
Yeah, just a minor blip.
All right, good look. Keep up your
Nike.
good nature.
So that's your Tiger Woods update, I guess.
I have to make an apology.
Oh, yeah, Jimmy,
to any pedophiles or pederasts I may have offended by the association with attorneys. I want to apologize to you. All you do is ruin lives while they're young, whereas attorneys do it to us from the age of 5 to the age of 90. My apology.
From birth to death, they really are there fucking you over.
I apologize to all pedophiles. At least you can't help yourself.
Very good.
Oh, look at how many apologies are being accepted here on our fan base.
It's funny. Worth pointing out, a lot of people noticed that Whoopi was very pissed off in that clip too.
Of course,
because she's a comic as well.
A comic,
because now the comics
like
are being
told.
Yeah, well, the comics are being insulted because they know what they were doing. They were just making a fucking joke, a little like wordplay, like you guys were saying.
Comics will never fucking want to sit and apologize for especially a very witty and quick off-the-cuff joke that you make. You don't want to have to apologize for it. You don't want to be fired for it. That's for shit sure. We always talk about how we're just here live.
What suit doesn't get it, though? What suit doesn't get it? What suit doesn't get the fact that,
there's no names to these people.
That's what I'm saying.
It's some memo that comes down from this fucking room somewhere.
But they should understand that they're more than covered and protected.
They don't want to spend money fucking defending it.
They should be, yes.
So you throw your people to the fucking wolves.
That's it.
All the time that happens in media.
Millions of dollars in litigation or from some chick that obviously wants attention, or we can just have her apologize and end it tomorrow. You know what's going to happen. They run it through the fucking corporate Plinko machine, and it spits out apology.
It wouldn't even be millions of dollars litigation for that one. That one right there would be very, very easily handled on a motion to dismiss.
Quick settle.
That one will be a very easily motion to dismiss because the whole thing is right there.
Yeah.
And it's on video. And this is what she said. Here's the context. Yes, she said it. There's no basis to sue or to win a lawsuit.
They would have won that immediately, but getting their lawyers to court, this and that.
Right.
Yeah. That's
plus
true.
the money.
That's true.
They're all about their fucking bottom line now. It's nothing about God.
They're repulsive.
Ethical. Well, I mean things like dignity, things,
Repulsive.
Yeah.
Repulsive fucks.
It's the right thing to do. Defending somebody, defending one of your employees because they're right. Things like that, gone.
Of course.
Now you have to blurt out a typewritten, completely insincere apology, and then it goes away. Even though everyone knows Joy Behar absolutely did not mean that.
How could she?
Yeah, she's a comic.
She's funny. She's a comedian. She's being funny.
Funny line? What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
You get yourself thrown on your ass, too, for funny off-the-cuff lines.
Yep.
That's what it is. That's what, like, live TV and radio is about.
Has that girl come out and apologized to Tiger's wife publicly?
Did she?
Really? She's all...
Which one did? Number 5? I forgot which number apologized. Said she was deeply sorry, which was a poor choice of words.
Yeah. Who was it? I don't even know. You can't keep track of it.
Has Rachel, you could tell, has she said she was sorry? I mean, maybe she has. I haven't heard it.
She ain't talking. They're photographing her everywhere. She's loving the attention.
Yeah, I guess so.
And she ain't saying shit because she made this deal, allegedly. Well, it looks pretty much like she did make the deal.
I was, yeah, that was one of my funny lines on Red Eye, by the way. They played her apology, and she said she was deeply sorry. And I go, you know, with everything that happened, she probably could have used better choice of words.
No kidding.
Than deeply sorry.
That was her?
I go, with me, it's always, I'm, inadequately sorry. And
that's funny.
Oh, I'm a pisser on that show.
The word you're looking for is card, and I agree. You are a card.
Here's the broad. What's her name?
Hist or something?
Corey
Wrist. Wrist without the W.
She was crying on the Today Show yesterday. I remember this one. And she was very upset that they were calling her a hooker, too, or something, right?
Because when they're calling these girls hookers, nobody thinks that they're like Craigslist hookers. No, people are insulting you because they feel that when there's payouts or discussions with lawyers over things you did and you're involving money, we always associate prostitution as being some type of a sexual tryst with money.
Right.
It's an insult, you dummy.
Stop it.
Nobody is saying that literally, you're a prostitute. Nobody thinks that.
No, it's the same thing as calling your friend like, hey, you faggot. Get over here, fag. You know he's not sucking your cock unless he's sucking your cock.
Yeah, unless he's a good friend.
Then you can't call him that because that's homophobic.
You know he's not sucking your cock unless he's your producer.
Yes. But you're absolutely right. When somebody says, oh, God, you fucking hooker, it doesn't mean, she's a set-up business. It's, look, you fucked this man. He gave you things, a presents and money or whatever, and then you came out in public and started babbling about it. What do you expect?
Give me the Daily News, please.
The Daily News. You know, it's New York's photo paper. You know what that is? That's a box camera between Daily and News, by the way.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, see? Because they're known for their photographs.
I like that. I never knew what that little... I never... Oh, God damn it, fucking Matsui left.
Yeah,
God damn it.
Damn the Angels.
Hold on, let's continue with Corey, and then we can move on to that.
I just saw the
because
chopstick legs.
Because there's someone that we know that's involved with the story. Corey Wrist, a Big Apple blonde, outed as another of Woods' many mistresses, tearfully insisted yesterday she was no hooker. Wrist told NBC's Today Show Woods never paid for his pleasure.
I was just doing very well with you. Oh, hooker!
She spoke out. This is where we have a connection, sort of, after Jason Itzler,
yes.
He's been on this show a few times.
Yes, he's a psychopath.
The so-called king of all pimps claimed she worked for him as a $1,000 an hour call girl. The 31-year-old divorced mom and former dancer at the Penthouse Executive Club in Manhattan was first tied to Woods by the news. Russia Malloy. There you go. But Itzler's saying that she worked for him.
So she's saying no, she didn't.
So is she going to go sue Itzler now?
I don't even know where the fuck he is. He calls me sometimes, leaves me these crazy messages.
You don't think that motherfucker has records? He would back up his shit, right?
I hope so.
Records? Why would you keep records?
These madams, one girl said she wasn't a hooker, and the madam goes, really? Well, let me show you some tax statements.
When was this? One of these girls?
Another one of these girls.
Oh, good. Good.
Wow.
Said, really? Well, let me show you that I paid you for something.
Yeah.
This guy loves pussy. He loves pussy.
He sure does.
It's amazing how much Tiger Woods loves white pussy.
Which is fine. It just is fine.
Nothing wrong with it.
He's acting like,
a man.
A man and one of these, powerful athletes.
He should be outside. He should be out. He's sequestering himself.
I'll say it again, though. What's amazing is he never slowed down.
Nope.
Through his marriage. Or so it seems. That's what's amazing.
When your image is at this point, which is shot as far as what it was and what it is now, start getting out. Get out there. Your wife's out pumping gas.
They're saying he's close to a nervous breakdown.
Really?
That came out, too.
Really?
Yeah. He's close to a nervous breakdown.
Probably looks at pictures of his father on the wall, thinking how his father crafted that Tiger image for years.
Tiger probably doesn't even know who he is.
And he's got to look at his father and just be like, I'm sorry, Daddy. Daddy, I'm so sorry. I did bad things. I'm so sorry. I gave bad things.
Show me how you make a putt. Show me with your hands how you make a putt.
A couple of beautiful girls here, Perkins.
Where you going besides not college?
Tiger in his house.
I'm sorry. I did so many bad things.
Oh, Tiger.
I tried
Yeah?
to do the right thing, but I'm weak. I'm too fucking weak.
Aww.
A couple of very beautiful girls, you know that? Where were you tonight? The Kit Kat Club? You ever suck a guy's cock?
I love that.
What a question.
The bad golfer.
Amazing. But he doesn't know who he is. His father made him. Yeah. He has no clue who he is.
He's like a fucking cyborg?
Yeah.
Was that just found out he's a robot?
Probably.
Oh, my God. Imagine that.
Probably.
Just found out he's a robot. Robots hate that, by the way. When they think they're human, and then they open up and just go, oh, no, I'm a fucking robot? Well, fuck, where did my memories come from? They were put in you. Ah, shit. Yeah, that's really a drag for a robot.
Oh, Anthony Columbus. Yeah, Anthony.
Yeah, I was wondering if you guys had heard about the vitamin P allergy, where the tiger might have it, just needing to get new pussy all the time, for medical reasons.
Fuck's sake, man, you're amateur.
Okay, Frogget, what's next? Asshole.
Those 5 clips say nothing but Bob. What perfect clips to play.
Oh, Christ.
Fuck.
Holy shit.
Oh, my God.
Should have said open Bombay doors before that joke. Pilot to Bombardier.
Let's say hi to Chip in Jersey. Chip.
Robert Shaw was on the Indianapolis after they delivered that joke.
Delivered the joke. The vitamin P joke.
Chip, what do you got, buddy?
Hey.
Is your name Chip?
Oh, my God.
Sure is.
Why didn't you talk?
Buddy.
You're on the air.
Joe.
Is your name Chip?
That's a microphone.
All right, but I'm talking to you, so what's your name, man?
My name's Eddie.
All right, what do you got, bro?
Yes.
Hey, listen, I want to tell all men, no fucking apologies. We're cavemen. It's as simple as that. We hunt, we gather, we fuck. End the conversation.
It's great. What's that? The monologue from what's the thing with the caveman? Boo.
Oh, Jesus.
No, what's the, hold on.
I can't look at Jimmy right now.
No, wait.
Oh,
hold
no.
on.
All right.
What's the caveman play? Honoring the caveman or remembering the caveman? It's a fucking, I'm not saying the joke was good, but it sounds like, hold on.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I know what it is. Defending the caveman. It was a fucking play.
It was shocking.
Be more funny.
This is going great.
Hey.
Caveman, something about a caveman. I think that was a caveman.
I know. I should have cut my losses. Taking my booing.
Next time, think twice before you...
What happened?
Wish I remember that line.
Nothing happened.
What was the
Next
line?
time, think twice before you play kowtow to your whimsy.
Oh, God. I'd love to hate that, but it's a great line.
Monahan.
Kowtow to your whimsy.
Kowtow to your whimsy. Hello, dear. I won't be home, dear.
I love those old sitcoms. They set things up so fast. Hello, we've got a problem here. My manager's gone and Crandon's taking over. In 3 seconds, the whole episode was established.
Exactly. When his wife calls Marshall,
yes,
and he's got to step out of the room, it's hysterical. Yes, dear, I'll be here at the office for a while. You know he hasn't fucked that wife in years.
And you know exactly what's about to happen, but it's still funny. Yes, I'll be out for exactly 4 minutes. No one better come in here, dear. Out of your whimsy. The hat, when Ralph goes to grab the hat off of Marshall or Monahan's desk, and he And that, whatever the noise is, only a fucking funny guy would do that.
It's hysterical.
I just might go with her.
All right, I won't say a word.
I won't say a
I
word.
won't say a word to you or to your mother.
That'll suit me just fine. At least that way there won't be any arguments.
There won't be any argument. You think because I don't say a word there won't be an argument? Are you kidding? I'll bet you $1 million that she won't be in this apartment 3 minutes before she starts an argument. And I won't have to say a word, Alice. 3 minutes.
You know why?
She'll start an argument. Without a word from me.
Oh, okay. It's later on.
The mother.
The flabbermouth.
Oh, dear.
She doesn't even acknowledge him when she
She's the
sits
greatest.
down, too. She looks right past him, just like, and just starts bashing him.
She's
Glad to sit down.
I'm glad the clock off the refrigerator.
This probably was one of the funniest of the 39. The flabbermouth.
He has an
episode.
alarm clock on the table next to him.
You know, Alice, I wish you didn't live so far from the subway. Oh, Mother, it's only 3 blocks. 3 long blocks. But I suppose you can't do any better with the rent that you can afford.
He's just fuming.
Are you getting enough to eat? Of course I am, Mother. You wouldn't say that if you could see our food bill. Well, I don't doubt the bills are high. But how much of the food are you getting?
He's looking at the clock.
He's so pissed. What a cunt.
Don't you worry about me. I feel just fine. Well, I hope so. My goodness, a little food is the least you can get out of marriage. Oh, Ralph has got tickets for a Broadway show tonight. It's called Murder Strikes Out. Oh, that. Oh, I had a neighbor, Mrs. Finley. She saw it. She didn't think much of it. Really? It was supposed to be such a big hit. The paper said it's a very exciting mystery. Oh, the papers, that's just a lot of publicity. All that to do about chills and suspense. And that nonsense about don't tell your friends the surprise ending. Well, it was no surprise to Mrs. Finley. She said she knew all the time that it wasn't the uncle who committed the murder. It was the husband.
Here he goes.
You are a blabbermouth.
He's right in her face.
Pointing. He throws her mother out.
You. He is so in her face in that scene.
Dude, he can be so fucking funny silently.
Yeah,
Like,
he didn't say a word that whole time.
He's just stewing in this rage. It's fucking funniest guy ever. Jackie Gleason was the fucking funniest guy ever.
That's why you can still watch those shows and just laugh your balls off at shit you've seen 1,000 times. The show is fucking, from the mid-50s, early mid-50s, and you still watch it.
And he's just rubbing his big fat mouth, stewing as this cunt criticizes him to her daughter.
How many fucking shows now, in 50 fucking years, are even going to be watchable?
None, because they wouldn't show a guy pointing in a woman's face screaming.
No.
They would never show real, just male anger. Even though that was over the top, he's yelling at this bitch because he hates her.
Yeah.
Never would you see that. The husband would do some goofy line, apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently.
So they turned him into an idiot.
The word apparently is ruined comedy. So apparently, some smug joke.
that mother of yours, she's quite the card.
Apparently, shut up.
I like when he just goes, would I like to belt you?
Dude.
He's threatening to punch his wife in the face.
He wants to belt her.
Makes a fist, swings it at her.
One of my favorites was, why don't you shut up? Why don't you shut up? Why don't you shut up?
Fucking fantastic, man.
Let's go to Uncle Mark. Uncle Mark.
Hey,
Uncle Mark.
I gotta tell you, my favorite line from The Honeymooners is when Ralph barges in the door and he goes, Alice, I'm the king, and you're nothing. And she goes, yeah, Ralph, you're the king and nothing.
That's funny. I like, he goes, I don't want my salary to leak out. And she goes, your salary couldn't drip out.
Drip out.
Wow, was she fucking
I have an
caustic.
atomic kitchen, Ralph. This place looks like Yucca Flats after the blast. Great shit.
Let's take a break from the madness.
You tell Mr. Marshall I'll golf with him anytime. He's a good friend of mine. He's always like putting his foot in his mouth.
Always.
Ass.
And then one
My
scene
stupid
later,
pride.
Ralph's good friends with Mr. Marshall. Oh, boy. No, he's not.
Opie and Anthony, stay there. That's unbelievable. The Opie and Anthony Show, talking about Christmas tips.
Tits? I love Christmas tits. You decorate them up.
I don't mind giving Christmas tips. I think I did this. We did this break last year, but
it's a yearly thing.
But it gets more involved this year. My building. I live in Manhattan. Jimmy's going through this too. Right around late November. Actually, it starts in early November. The staff at your building that you live in start being really nice to you, going out of their way.
Do they?
Look you in the eye. Hello, Mr. Hughes. How's your day, Mr. Hughes? Did you have a good day, Mr. Hughes? I'm like, what the fuck's going on? This was last year when I didn't know what the hell it was all about.
What the scam was?
And then late November, right after Thanksgiving, there's a packet that everyone receives of all the people that work in the building, what they do, so you could then tip them accordingly for Christmas.
What they do? Oh, they let you know,
like this guy's a maintenance dude. This guy is actually the head of maintenance. This guy is a concierge. This guy's a doorman. This guy's security. This guy's this and that and da. Last year, my Christmas tips for my building reached over $2,000, Anthony. $2,000.
That's insanity.
And I think the highest guy got maybe 100 and something.
So
Jimmy's going through this too. And I thought Christmas tips were like, oh, you know what? I remember a few guys in my building that I kind of like and they really take care of me.
They went above and beyond.
And then you give them a little envelope like, hey, man, between you and I, thank you. Happy holidays. Enjoy.
Yeah.
But now it's this involved thing with a pamphlet with pictures and everything.
Now they hand out envelopes like it's expected.
But that's what I'm trying to say.
It
shouldn't be expected.
No, it shouldn't.
You should decide on your own if you want to tip the people that help you on a daily basis.
Who helps you and who doesn't? Some people, I don't even fucking know.
Dude,
right?
half these people on my list I've never seen before in the building, but you feel obligated. You got to give everyone a tip. And then they have a big, huge tip box in the lobby of my building.
Yeah, a big
So now
tip
you can
box?
just...
That is Sloan Kettering, too.
Tip.
Okay, that was really bad.
You can put the envelope right into the box, so now you don't even, because you're not going to see half these people.
Yeah.
Can I just say the beauty of comedy is that Anthony just did a joke, and I could see he didn't realize anyone. He just went, why did I say that?
Why did I say it? I know, exactly. I want to apologize.
So you should do what I do, man. Like, I don't tip. What I do is I find a reason.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
From November on to find fault with everyone.
Everybody and everything
Why
they do.
is this door not being held open? And it's my bathroom, and I'm alone. Fire everyone!
You know, we got assholes that live in our building that if the doorman's busy getting someone a cab or something, they will not open the door themselves to go outside. They will actually wait right in front of the door until the doorman comes back to open the door for them.
Right.
Oh, fucking cunts.
Those the germaphobes?
God.
No, they're just fucking entitled assholes. So anyway, there's a garage that a bunch of us park in every morning. And a list was just handed to Kenny, all the people that work at that garage. For Christmas tips.
Yep.
For Christmas tips.
Do you tip
just
them?
Because you're a monthly parker at the garage now, you got to tip everybody for Christmas.
Do you tip them every time
Who?
they get your car?
Yeah.
I don't. See, I probably should.
What, in my building?
Yes.
No, well, yeah, I do. I give them like $1 every time, $2 every time, depending on the guys. Some of the guys are cool. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the work garage downstairs. Yeah. Kenny just got a pamphlet of names and faces of the guys that work at the garage, so they could get their Christmas tip action. It's not a tip anymore, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it becomes something different than a tip. If you want to tip somebody, it's great. I like tipping. I love tipping people when they do a great job. They come in, they deliver shit, whatever they're fucking doing.
You know what? And over the years, you know exactly who to tip because they're taking care of you. They're working hard. You have some kind of relationship with the guy. You're like, oh, that guy, man. Yeah, he's really good to me. I'm going to make sure I give him a little something around the holidays.
You know what?
And that's how it started.
Here's what I don't get. Tipping the mailman The mailman expects you to tip him.
You tip him just for not killing his coworkers or putting anthrax on your notes. Letters.
Okay, all right, that's good. And the garbage men expect a big tip on Long Island. That's the thing. There's privately owned garbage companies.
Right.
It's not like the city.
Sure.
And they expect you to give your garbage collector a tip.
Sure.
But it's like that's.
Dude, I understand all that.
That's the job. It's you. But you go out and you pick up the garbage.
I got 40 people in my building. I got a tip now. Why? Why do I have to tip 40 people for living in a building? Like I would tip some of these guys just because it's the right thing to do.
See, I don't know. Like, yes, I literally.
You have the same thing going on, right?
Oh, I do. But I recognize, excuse me, most of them. Like I interact with most of them fairly often.
Maintenance guys? You've never seen half those maintenance guys.
Honestly?
Really?
All of them. Like, when I see the garage guys, because I get my car every night to go down and work. So I recognize 75% of them, 80 of them.
Sure.
The maintenance guys, the door guys, I'm like, oh yeah, it's like any of them I would feel bad about sliding when I see all their pictures. There might be one or two where I'll go, that guy, oh yeah, I've seen it. But most of them I see all the time.
No, you can't slide any of them now that there's a list.
You can't.
Now there's a list. So, what?
There's Danny pulled up a whole thing of who you're supposed to tip and how much, and the list is endless. Giant.
What's the tip for, say...
Wait, let's go over this list real fast.
Concierge.
What do we got?
I'm pretty good with the tips.
Is this just basic living?
Yeah, pretty much.
For the average person, right?
Well,
come across most of these people.
If you live in a building or...
all right, what do you got, Danny?
Gardeners, things like that.
Let's rock this.
Babysitter, daycare, where you want to start at?
Building people.
Well, you got an apartment doorman, and this, according to this tipping guide, you should be tipping your doorman anywhere between $10 and $100.
Can they fucking be a little bit more vague?
Or is this some kind of manners website or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a holiday tipping guide.
Your building superintendent.
How much?
$50 to $200.
Yeah, I usually give $200 to $250 to my super. But he's taking good care of me.
What does he do?
If I've ever had any problems, like when I wanted to buy a storage unit, he went out of his way to help me. Like, I like the guy, and I think he's good.
Well, that's personal, good guy, being a good guy shit.
Yeah.
Not just because he's the building superintendent, right?
No, I actually like the guy.
I hear you.
I had to buy my superintendent concert tickets. Because he knows what I do, and he's like, he asked about a show. And I basically told him, look, I can't get those tickets. I'm really sorry. So he goes, well, all right. Well, then how about Clapton? So ask Kenny. I had to toll out about fucking $700 to get this guy 2 tickets to a show that I had no connections for.
What kind of an idiot is your super? My super would never do that.
He goes, all right, well, I forgot what it was. It was either for, like, the Dead or somebody was coming around, and I couldn't get the tickets. So he goes and names another show. I'm like, I'm basically telling you I don't have connections to these shows you want.
I need some fucking tickets. It's Brett Weir, the super across the way.
Right.
You get me your fucking tickets.
So then I felt like, holy shit, I'm being held up here. I gotta get him. I gotta get this guy tickets. He runs the building.
I don't need to talk to you, jerky.
Let's say hi to Hank in Connecticut. Hank.
How you doing?
Hello, man's name. Jesus, that's a fucking man.
Hank.
There's never a fruity guy named Hank. Who's punching you in the face? Oh, that'd be Hank.
What up, Hank?
Hey, I got home yesterday, and yesterday was recycling day, and on the bottom of my bin was a stapled note with a return address for the guy to send him a check for Christmas.
That's good. Just leave it in there. It's recyclable, right?
That's right.
I put it right back in the garbage.
It's paper.
How did that start is what I'm saying.
Know.
Because, back in the day, and we all like to say back in the day, you would just tip people that you felt, were doing the right thing around you.
Can I send an envelope with my name on it and stuff just to, like, our bosses? I want to send, I want to give, Bladder and Scott and all the way up the top, and just go, because I come in here and do my job.
Are you feeling okay?
And do my job. I would like, a little gratuity, a little tip.
Oh, I see.
Based on
you want to give them the blank envelope,
right? Gotcha. See, so now I'm coming in here on a daily basis doing my job. So then they should fill the envelope up with a little cash and give it to me.
I'd be happy if I put the envelope into those offices and I opened it and they had taken a shit in the envelope. I would say thank you so much for at least keeping it consistent with the way you view me here.
I told you it would get.
I'm not even mad, but that's cool. And what would be really nice is this. You open the envelope, right? And there's a big steaming shit in it, but it's a musical envelope, so it plays a sweet song. Da 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 da. We value you a lot.
And it's full of shit.
Yeah, there's a log in the envelope. And I can go, thank you for the flowery words. Let me eat this.
That's nice.
It's delicious.
Let me eat.
Lovely snack. Let me spoon it out. It's a mushy one.
Let's go to JR in Connecticut. JR.
Who shot you?
What's up, boys?
What's up, JR?
No, you did
Yes,
not.
I did.
Huh?
Sorry.
I said happy birthday, Jimmy.
What do you got, JR?
All right, so I live in Connecticut, right? And I lived in the same place for 4 years now. The first 2 years, I didn't tip my garbage man because, I'm a younger guy. I don't know you tip your garbage man. The first couple of years I'm living on my own. He leaves my fucking garbage cans in the middle of the street.
Hey, right away, you're fucking fresh.
So the third year, I give the guys 220s in the envelope.
Yeah.
They still leave my garbage can in the middle of the street.
Not enough, you cheap fuck.
250s, and finally, I got to give this guy 250s to get my garbage.
Yeah, but that's the point I'm making today. Now you feel like you're being held up. You really do. It's not a tip anymore. It's like this is what you have to do.
That's what it is.
How many names on your list, Kenny, for the work garage? The work garage.
It's the garage we use on a daily basis.
13.
You have to tip 13 guys because you park your car every day downstairs.
Yeah, and then they put in bold letters who's the manager, the assistant manager, and the 2 foremen.
Now, don't you tip them every day when they bring the car?
Yes.
So that's the tip, but that's the tip.
I tip them when I drop the cars off.
Yeah.
And when we pick them up.
You tip what, $1 each, $2 a day total?
Yeah, each vehicle.
Now you would say, $2 a day, but how many days a year are you parking the car? That's a lot of fucking money extra.
5 days a week.
5 days a week, so that's $10 a week.
$10 a week, and
$520 a year.
$520.
No, but I work hard too. You guys.
Yeah.
You sure
do.
do.
Something.
I didn't see no envelope from you, so go fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't see a pamphlet with your picture on it that says big stupid dope.
Exactly.
Oh.
You want a tip? You open up, it's a box of conditioner and it's... Sorry, Kenny. I always give Kenny a little something.
Yeah, how many names on my list this year?
I take a $10 bill and I fold it over and go, a little something for you.
There you go. Hey.
I just handed my pamphlet in to Kenny because he's going to help me out with this.
You lucked out this year, GH. There's one less name on the list.
How many names, though?
There's 36 building employees.
That I have to tip.
And,
I have to tip.
And 9 garage employees.
45 guys.
What the
Thank you. Now you're involved with the bit. That's insane.
It's the principle of that.
45 fucking guys I gotta tip, and you have to tip.
And each of them get anywhere between $25 up to $200.
Yeah, 25 is the lowest. 25 is for guys you don't even know.
Holy Toledo.
I forget.
$25 for guys you don't even know.
Dude, the gym in my... See, I use the gym in my building. I'm like you don't know by looking at me. But I mean, I use it a lot, so I tip them too. The building tips are a lot, there's a lot of people, but I don't mind.
45 guys, Jimmy?
There are people I interact with a lot, and they make my life a lot easier. I honestly do.
I know the guys that I interact with a lot, and I have no problem tipping those guys. None whatsoever.
So just tip those guys. The guys that don't interact with you, they're gonna get pissed at you, but fuck them because they don't help you.
It's a whole pamphlet. There's letters, and there's descriptions and pictures and everything.
Dossier?
Basically.
Dossier.
I like to spread it around. It makes me look good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Easy come, easy go.
I love spending your guys' money.
I went with it.
45 fucking guys, really?
Yeah.
45 fucking guys.
That is a lot of people.
That is a lot of people right there. That's a lot of people. Well, what I got? I guess my mailman, the garbage man, the groundskeeper, and Keith, and Ange.
Your pool guy.
Hey,
tip him.
He don't come around in the winter.
Let's go to Stryker.
That's good for that.
Stryker.
Oh, thank God.
Stryker.
Love the show.
Yeah.
Hey.
Morning, boys.
Hi, Stryker.
Hey, I forgot 2 years ago. I forgot to tip the guy that delivers. My milkman. We get home delivery of our dairy stuff every week.
Sure.
Time machine.
Yeah, exactly.
What year are you living in?
What'd you do? Leave some oats for his horse? What the fuck's wrong with you, Stryker?
Yeah, What the
Go to the
fuck?
store.
Jesus Christ. You know what year it is?
Yeah. My father milks it right into my mouth about cereal.
Milkman.
He holds cereal in his mouth, and the guy jerks an udder off in the other side of his mouth.
How much do you tip your butter churner?
Exactly. How about the other Amish people that help you put the wall up? Go ahead. Joke's over. Go.
Anyhow, 2 years ago...
How much do you tip the guy that sells you the animal blood to write on the cave wall? We'll go as far back in time as you want.
Back, yes.
How many rocks do you tip? All right, good. Sorry. Boo.
God, you're
the guy that sells me the animal blood, I only tip him 1 rock.
We got it.
Right. You don't have to elaborate on
Let
it.
it go.
Anyhow, I forgot to tip the guy, and for the entire next year, my order was fucked up every week.
Really?
Shit out.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And at the end of the year, I got a Christmas card from him. It's stuck in the box, and just a very subtle reminder to tip the milkman, so my order continues to be in good condition every year.
There you go.
Yeah, what a fucking douchebag. Why don't you just go to the store after that? He started leaving you like milk in condoms, and you're like, wait a minute.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
No, but just, I mean, this way I only have to go to the grocery store once a month. I get half.
What's your problem?
Hey, recluse, what do you do?
Yeah, how far do you live from a grocery store?
Agoraphobic?
Well, yeah, actually I am. I'm kind of like Anthony. I hate going out in public.
All right, how far do you live, though, from like a supermarket?
I'll go to the liquor store, though.
About 10 miles.
10 lousy miles?
It's actually out of my way. It's actually out of my way to go to the grocery store.
He's got to hitch up the horses to the wagon.
Jesus.
Another old joke.
Well, that was good. They never get tiring. I'm trying to think of one as we speak.
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
What happens when you're on your way to the store? Do you occasionally see a Negro selling jelly?
Hey, Tuma.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, honey.
He's selling honey.
How when Red is dropping those honey jars, they sound like money down the toilet.
Yeah. Each one is
like,
just, Tuma.
It's like money from home, sir. Money from home, Joe Buck. You got a way of saying things regular.
What do you tip the blacksmith, sir?
I don't remember.
That's a rhetorical question.
All right.
It's a joke that's well overstayed its welcome.
No, it hasn't. Blacksmiths do old jobs, too.
Thank you, sir. Let's go to Joe in New York. Joe.
Good morning.
How do you do, Joe?
What up, Joe?
Not too bad. Opie, my question for you is, how many people live in your building? So how many tips are these guys getting?
It's just Opie is the problem.
Yes. He has 45 servants. Opie has serfs.
Serfs. He's the lord of the manor.
Yes, he is. He rings a little bell and 8 people come in. Like they wash his penis like in fucking Coming to America. There's one who leaves rose petals in front of him and behind him.
Yes.
He hates to tip the rose petal girls.
That is a good question, though. There's got to be at least 200 apartments, I would imagine. There's close to 50 floors, and some floors have one apartment, but others have at least 4 to 6. Yeah. So it's got to be 200 households. You know, Kenny?
There's over 3.
Over 300?
Yeah.
That's right.
Because I saw there's a petition list about, that construction that's going on in the street.
Oh, is that annoying, too? The same thing with me. Fucking annoying.
Yeah? What?
No, they just want to do something with the roads. It's going to make traffic a lot more.
It's boy. Yeah, because we got a little...
we got lazy right now.
We got a little quiet spot
That's going to go away.
Oh, and they're going to put a big, major fucking thoroughfare through there?
Our living room.
Oh, that's nice.
It goes through my... I'm on the 10th floor. It goes right through.
And you have to tip every driver that drives through your house.
No, basically, you just have to... It's like a big... It's like it's going to hurt the apartment value. Because they're going to just drive right through and you have to wait to cross to go take a shit. I'm like, it's going to be cold in here. But they're like, yeah, but you get to
meet people?
Yeah.
All right.
They're fucking around with your neighborhood, huh?
Well, they want to put lights in and all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
Who knows? Whatever.
By highway, huh?
Speaking of the holidays, this story is the story of the day.
The holiday story?
The neo-Nazis.
What about them?
On Sherman Green in Fairfield, a menorah lighting brought out around 20 people in the rain and also brought out 3 men to protest with Nazi flags. Was it a hate crime?
What the fuck, man? Riggs, 3 guys just got nothing better to do than wave a Nazi flag at a menorah lighting.
What the fuck?
protest with Nazi flags. Was it a hate crime?
And their manners and their masks and their behavior clearly exhibits that hatred, and we are certainly taking it seriously, and we are investigating it.
The three men wearing masks standing on a nearby sidewalk unfurled the flags showing the Iron Cross, the SS, and Nazi insignias, and shouted obscenities. Fairfield's first selectman, Kenneth Flato, says he heard parts of what was shouted.
But I did hear enough to hear the F word. I did hear enough to hear the word Jewish.
Here's my problem.
The J word.
Why do those little faggots wear masks? That's the problem. It's like, you want to stand there and hold a Nazi sign at a bunch of Jews? Fucking, why wouldn't you just stand there like a fucking man, with your face showing?
Hey, the Klan wore masks.
Exactly, the despicable pussies.
They knew that it would ruin their standing in the community.
How? Everybody back then was awful.
That's a good point.
Just that fucking hide-their-face cowardice. Oh, I hate it.
They have to hide their face because they're a group that is not really accepted, Jimmy. And if they were on camera, perhaps their families and livelihood may suffer.
So these are men that have that much conviction in their beliefs, but there's not enough conviction to go, yes, this is who I am. This is what I stand for. So basically, they're not really men who have conviction. They're kind of cowardly.
Look, Nazi gotta eat, motherfucker.
Fair point.
Nazi gotta eat.
Fair point. Jesus. Why do you fold so easily?
What do you mean?
You just folded.
No. You're thinking like a Jew. What I'm trying to say. But that makes me fucking...
Fair point.
And I understand you have the right to peacefully protest. You really do. But... when you do that in front of a synagogue, they literally, I would love it if somebody just fucking pulled out a weapon.
That is a bit of a sore spot with Jewish people, by the way.
Yeah.
Swastikas.
Jews are too nice, dude.
And they're lighting a menorah, and then having that is perhaps some bad timing. If you want to march and demonstrate and have some kind of a thing that you're into National Socialism and stuff, do it. But you don't have to do it in a neighborhood where they're lighting a menorah. Just pick it, get yourself a permit, march around, rah, 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 Heil Hitler, all that stuff, and then go home.
Now, don't do it passively there. Do it in Brownsville. Do it in East New York. Put on your fucking little Klan hoods, and don't tell the police you're coming so you get protected. Go there and march. Like the shitty Westboro Church, just show up and march. Allow the fucking people to react to your marching.
Well, then I would like to see, in turn, maybe the newly reorganized Black Panthers march in a nice white southern town.
I think
without any shenanigans by the police.
I think that they absolutely would. I really do, because the Black Panthers. I'm not saying. They haven't been an organization. I know they've done some fucked up stuff, but they're not
fucked up stuff, blowing up police stations and cars.
I'm not saying that they're not. They've been all law abiding, but to me, they're not a group of cowards who have hidden their faces and targeted civilian families for living in their neighborhoods.
Well, they don't have to because they are not chastised for their beliefs. Look, I am not defending the National Socialist Party here. What I am saying is there is a double standard when it comes to people's freedoms to express their political beliefs and stuff. It's supposed to be an open and free nation where people can express themselves. And you hear it all the time from the ACLU that people do have the right to demonstrate in ways and with situations that people hate. And that is one of them, the Nazi organization. People do not like the Nazi organization. But they do have the right to march peacefully and not be harassed.
I agree.
It's like any other group.
I agree. And to me, the ACLU would defend them, which is something I like about the ACLU, is they will defend repulsive organizations like that, and they should. But if you want that freedom, you should be able to at least be, you should have to show your face. There's something about it. If you want to go out there and do something that is that purposefully confrontational, again, your beliefs should absolutely be heard, and you should be allowed to do so freely. But to be able to do so and then just go home without any type, why would you have that type of a thing? If you have the desire to do it publicly, why would you have to hide your face?
These are just These are absolutely three jackasses that are just trying
Black Panthers don't really hide their face when they're marching.
But they don't have to. They are accepted as a legitimate black organization. And color makes a difference in this situation. You could look at a Black Panther marching. He will look right into the camera. Black pride, speak a hatred for the white man. And everything's fine. He's not going to lose his job. And it's accepted because he is that downtrodden guy. He's the, trying to bring pride to his race and everything. It's not looked at negatively, even though their beliefs are not much different than the KKK or the Nazi Party. Separation between the races, hatred of the other races, and ultimately wanting superiority of their race. It's not much different. The difference is they are more accepted through political correctness than the National Socialist or the Ku Klux Klan.
When you look at but when you look at the way the police came down on them, and I'm not even saying that they didn't deserve it sometimes, but the Black Panthers were not hailed and loved by society.
No,
really
especially
weren't.
Back in the 60s
and
70s. Right.
Well, what they were doing was socially relevant.
It was terroristic.
They
were doing. They were blowing up state buildings, police departments, police cars, targeting authority. That is domestic terrorism that they were committing back then. Now, you look at, obviously, the Nazi Party committed a few atrocities of their own.
And the Nazis, the cowardice of what they were doing and the Klan is doing is they're fucking hiding their faces and they're targeting civilians. They're not, I'm not saying the Panthers are right to target police. I'm fucking pro-cop. But at least they're going after guys with guns. They're not going after fucking a guy and his wife who move into a house and then fucking and setting the porch on fire.
Oh, what's more dangerous, though, a gun or...
But you know what I'm saying? They're despicable.
We got someone that disagrees with Ant. Scott in Jersey.
Scott.
Good morning, boys. Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Hey, buddy.
Hello, Mr. Bernstein.
Anthony?
Yes,
I
sir.
love you, but every time you starting with your Nazi, quote-unquote, defending Nazis and defending this kind of stuff, you make my blood boil.
All right.
There's a big difference between freedom of speech and freedom of hate speech. And hate speech is the kind of stuff that, Jimmy, you mentioned the Westboro Church. They're actually protesting in front of a school today.
Do you know hate speech is absolutely protected under the First Amendment?
He's right, bro. It is.
It's absolutely protected. You cannot incite a riot with your speech, but you can voice your opinion politically, religiously. You're allowed to do that. That's what the First Amendment grants you.
Because hate speech, what is considered hate speech, is it's a transient thing.
It's figurative. It's fucking like, it might be hate speech to one person, it's not to another.
Right.
What we do on this show on a daily basis, and I don't mean what I'm talking about right now, but just jokes that we tell, is considered hate speech to some people.
By some people, yeah. Hate speech is an opinion based on what someone's saying. I agree with Ann on that completely.
And don't just jump on me about defending the Nazis. What I am doing is defending any group that is despicable but not treated as fairly as other despicable groups. That's what I'm saying.
Right, I understand that. I understand the double standard, and I agree with that part. But it's just when you see a group like the Westboro Church or like the Nazis, like, okay, Nazis, get over yourselves. You had your time. You're done. We don't like you.
They're has-beens? Are you saying they're has-beens?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, the Nazis are has-beens. It's just when you get groups that are preaching not pride in your own heritage, not, okay, fine, the Klan does that to an extent, but when you're preaching, basically, we don't like you, we want you to die, that's hate speech, and that goes a little bit further than what is protected.
Honestly, dude, no. I hate to tell you it doesn't. Even though what you're saying, like, morally it bothers you or it's offensive, as much as I despise the Westboro Church, and I really do, I mean, I wish that something would happen to them, whatever it is. Yeah. I wish they'd all get cancer. But they are, in a way, their ability to be such pigs, or what I see as being such pigs publicly, is what makes our country great. It's like they are allowed to say that. I mean, I think, look, should you be allowed to do it in a soldier's funeral? Yeah, I think there's got to be a way. Wow. There's got to be some kind of common sense balance, but you can't stop people from saying hateful things, dude. You can't, because that's dangerous.
Yeah, and I understand that. But Jimmy, you were very smart in bringing up, let them do that without the police protection. Let them do that without the masks on. Let them do that in the kind of areas where it would really provoke a real reaction. And see how how
public safety.
It's see the second maybe these groups if they don't start getting this kind of protection that's, afforded to them under the Constitution, which I don't particularly agree with, let's see them, have a little bit of second thoughts. Like, you know what, maybe we shouldn't do this because we're not going to have the kind of protection that's kind of afforded to us, and people are going to, basically these vigilantes, which, again, it sucks, but...
He's throwing away a right.
No, dude, honestly,
the
bro...
big number one, too.
Bro, it's not what I'm saying. I don't mean that. I know it's like it's hard. It's a really weird line. Those three Nazi guys that did that, they should have the right to make that kind of a statement, even though it's despicable. My problem with them is that they do it without showing their faces.
But the right to do it should not then have this consequence of destroying your life only because of what you're speaking about. Now, other groups can preach hate all they want, and it does not destroy their life and livelihood. There is a stigma on certain groups, whether it's legitimate stigma or not, but there is a stigma on certain groups, and other groups get preferential treatment over some other groups. It's just the way it is.
Well, Black Panthers were definitely targeted. They were absolutely targeted.
Yes, of course they were.
And if you're that passionate, if you have that much conviction in your belief that you want to go out and bother a bunch of Jews who are lighting a menorah, and you want to go out and remind them that their ancestors, or their fucking grandparents...
That's stupid.
But if you want to go out and remind people that their grandparents were fucking slaughtered and put in an oven, then you should have to show your face.
It would be stupid of them to show their face.
But why?
It would be stupid.
But why not? Again, they have the right, number one, protected right. Why wouldn't they? If you have that much conviction, why all of a sudden are you worried what's going to happen at your job? If you're that convicted that you're going to go out in the middle of the night and show these Jews a fucking swastika, well, then you defend yourself at your job. You really want to stand up for you. Everything I say,
you can't do that.
Everything I say with my face and my real name. Everything. Now, I don't say anything that radical, but I always use my face and my real name. So do you, so does Opie. We all do. So I have no respect for anybody that has to hide behind a fucking mask and say what they want publicly. Well, you've taken the time to do it right. They're not attacking the Jews. They're respecting and obeying the law to a certain degree. Show your faces.
Let's talk to one of the guys in the masks then. Steve from Bayshore.
Yeah, no kidding.
What were you thinking when...
Let's go to Kurt in the Bronx. Kurt, what do you got on this?
Yeah, Anthony, you talk about double standard. There was a double standard in this country for how many hundreds of years? It's only like 20 years where black people are kind of treated equally. And even then, you still hear constantly of issues where, mixed-race couples can't get married.
All right, so let me add this. Let me just cover that because you said it, and I'll answer that. So the freedom of speech, the First Amendment of the Constitution, the freedom of speech, is based on and can be altered due to what happened to certain people. So certain people have to get like makeup rights. They have to have their rights. That's what you're saying. You're saying for 200 years.
You said some groups get preferential treatment.
Yes.
Are you talking about black people getting preferential treatment in this country?
I'm saying in this country, a black group can march in this country with impunity, whereas a Nazi group cannot.
I have to disagree.
Absolutely.
Here's why I disagree.
The whole idea behind the Nazi group was killing Jewish people. The whole idea behind black groups is not killing us.
Go to Times Square. You will see blacks standing on fucking podiums saying that the white devil should be killed.
The Nazi group is based on killing Jewish people.
Would you listen? No, you know something? There are actually National Socialists that are just into white pride, not into killing. They're into separatism, but not into killing. And yes, there's Holocaust denial. There's all that stuff. But I'm just saying, what you're not understanding is you're getting me totally wrong here. I am saying there is a double standard on who gets First Amendment protection and who has to cover their face because of consequences.
That I have to disagree with because hold on, bro, sir.
Hold on, Kurt. Hold on.
I disagree with that only because when you look at the Westboro Church, and again, I find them repugnant.
Yeah,
they are doing what they're doing on a level of to Americans as far as the way they're protesting. I feel is even more offensive than what the Nazis do. They're purposefully antagonizing the family of dead soldiers.
Right.
And they don't hide their faces. This is who they are. They stand out there. They say what they want. And you know what? Their free speech is protected. The entire country finds them repulsive. And their free speech is protected.
Yeah.
They're allowed to march. So there's no preferential treatment. They are allowed to say that stuff freely with their faces being shown. Do you understand? I hate them, but at least they show their faces.
I understand what you're saying. It's you know what that is too? It's so outrageous and so ridiculous that, like, people hate them. Believe me, people want them dead.
People want to kill them.
They want to kill them. But it's so out there that they're almost ignored. They're almost ignored. Not by a soldier's family. No, absolutely not.
Dude, they stood outside of Arlington National. Bush passed an executive order or something. Someone could probably correct me, where he wanted to make it illegal to protest within X amount of feet of a soldier's funeral.
Yeah.
Like, that's how repulsive what they were doing has been perceived by other Americans. It's like, it's offensive to all of us on a really weird level.
I have to make a point, though, to this gentleman here. We live in New York City here, sir. You're in the Bronx?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you've walked through Times Square, haven't you? Have you seen these the black Israelites? They stand on podiums and preach nothing but death to white people, black supremacy, how they were the original tribe of Israel, and they demean and threaten white people as they walk by. Now hold on. Hold the phone. Let me fucking finish for a minute. Okay. They are allowed to stand there and do that. For a second, if 3 people were in Nazi uniforms preaching white supremacy, they would be taken off the fucking street. Double standard.
They have a little bit more of a track record of actually killing people.
Fuck you! I'm not talking about a track record. I'm talking about fuck the track record. It shouldn't affect freedom of speech.
Executed their action.
But when they hold on,
holy shit! There's freedom of speech. Period. It's not freedom of speech based on what someone did 50 years ago or 200 fucking years ago.
Would the Nazis be taken off the street?
Yes, immediately.
Because I've watched those black Israelites.
They leave them the fuck alone.
Because I honestly...
Nazi groups that speak out there all the time.
Bullshit. I'd love to see someone in an SS uniform preaching anti-Semitism and hatred and watch him fucking stand on the street. And not be pelted also by everybody. They're afraid of these black guys, is what it is.
I honestly do. Part of me,
Nazi groups are saying what they say in other parts of the country.
All right, I've actually stood there and watched those guys. Yeah, and I don't. Those black Israelites, I think what they say is really irritating. I've watched them. I used to work at MTV.
They're nasty, violent, ignorant motherfuckers.
But in all honesty, standing out there watching them, as much as I felt, read, they never said anything like, do something to this guy or to the... I'm telling you, I've watched them...
Are you shitting me?
Dude, I've
seen videos of these motherfuckers preaching nothing but white hatred. Hatred for the white people.
Meaning...
How they will take over. How they will take over. Oh, why? That's too vague.
They can say that.
They mean eliminate the white race.
I mean, as a guy standing there, like, you're saying that they'll like, threaten people. Like, they've never said anything that went beyond what should be protected. I'll bet you that the Nazis, if they got the right permits, because those guys, believe me, you think the cops like those scumbags? No. The cops probably want to roust them, but they obviously have a permit to be there. So if the Nazis got a permit...
First of all, they would not be granted a permit because just having a Nazi in Times Square they would consider that inciting and not allow them to even stand there and preach hatred.
I think you're wrong because they allow the Klan to march. When they fight in court, the Klan is allowed to march.
After months of court battles, they allow them to march.
Absolutely.
They would consider it inciting. And they wouldn't be standing there just peacefully holding their flags or whatever. They would be they'd be standing and preaching hatred. And that's exactly what these black Israelites are doing, but there's a huge double standard.
In all honesty, I don't think, and I know this, there's no double, I think the Nazis would be permitted. I don't think you'd find a lot of Nazis that'd be willing to do that. People would react harsher to them. This is where track record matters.
Why don't these fucking black Israelites get shit thrown at them?
Honestly?
Because white people are afraid of them.
Oh, true, but it doesn't matter because their track record is irrelevant. Like, when I see the black Israelites, what they say is irritating, but I have no feeling for what they say, like they did this. I don't give a fuck about them. But when you look at Nazis, the track record is barbaric.
Track record, schmack record,
They're
Jimmy.
equally protected. But I'm saying why people would react violently towards Nazis or Klan. It goes, I think, a little bit beyond just white people being afraid of black people. I don't think that these black Israelites incite rage in people other than what they're saying. You don't look back at what they've done and go, these fucking pieces of garbage. That's to me is part of the reason that they don't get pelted. Believe me, 10,000 white people in the middle of New York could beat up fucking 10 Israelites.
They never would. They wouldn't throw anything at them. They sometimes pass by and think they're brave by saying, "Oh, you." I've seen it. I've seen every video clip of them. I've seen. Believe me.
You get people heated enough in a back and forth. Let me tell you, you've watched these anti and pro-abortion debates and people get fucking disgusting with each other when they're angry enough. Why people just walking by?
My whole thing, though, is there is a double standard on the First Amendment. That's how this whole thing got started. Because I know people are going to be like, oh, look at Anthony, the Nazi. I'm just saying there's a double standard on the First Amendment.
But I think that they have the right to do that. Because, again, the Klan does march. The Klan they don't want to come here and march.
Oh, I know.
That's the problem. They want to march in small southern towns. Yeah. And occasionally they'll fight for New York and come to New York. And I'm not saying the Nazis wouldn't do it. But the black Israelites are not exactly given spots in parades either. They're not given a spot in the Irish Day Parade. They wouldn't even let the fucking gays march in the parade. So a lot of groups are kind of pushed out.
How does Reverend Al get a march together in a matter of days with appropriate permits to march with a lot of people, and yet other organizations cannot do that, completely based on their beliefs?
I think because Reverend Al is a guy that could get people without a permit just to come here and march anyway. The Klan can't. You're not going to get, without that police protection, let's get 50 white guys to walk through fucking Brownsville without a police permit. Let's see you do it. They're not going to come. Sharpton, you don't want to give him a permit? You have to be accurate. He will take those people and march through Howard Beach and march through... They'll do it without a police permit. You're not going to get 50 fucking Nazis up here to march in Brownsville without a police permit. You're not going to get it. So the police permit is probably to keep order with Sharpton. The Nazis, you have to have it or they won't come.
And why won't the people in Howard Beach do anything when Reverend Al would march in Howard Beach? Fear.
Dude, the people in Howard Beach, I don't say that he got stabbed in Howard Beach. I don't think that they wouldn't. I think it was Howard Beach. It might have been, so I'm sorry.
Heights, or?
No, it was somewhere. But they might be afraid the residents are going to hurt them. Those are not frightened white people in Howard Beach.
That's a good point.
Do you know what I mean?
Hey, let's go to the phones. They're lit. John on Long Island, what do you got on this? Make it quick.
Yeah. Hey, just happy holidays, guys.
Hey, man.
And Anthony, thank God for you being the voice of reason. Yeah.
I'm the voice of reason.
I'm not a supporter of the KKK. First of all, the hood is part of the intimidation. Okay, that's part of their uniform. That's number one,
it's
right?
part of the uniform. Have some pride.
And let me make a point here, Norton. The second point here, too, in this society, listen, I'm not too far from Bayshore. Anthony's from the island, too. We have a lot of Hispanic gangs here. And a lot of these Hispanic gangs walk around with their gang colors. You know who they are.
Yep.
But society says it's okay to walk around with your gang colors, which is essentially a uniform, which is essentially a means of intimidating people.
Well, hold, you just said it, sir. You just said it.
Allowed?
You just said it. They walk around with their gang colors. Whatever that gang is, when you look at the Crips, the Bloods, you're right. You see a guy in blue, you know he's a Crip. You see a guy in red, you know he's a Blood. They walk around like that. The Klan, a lot of these groups want to make these fucking speeches with their face covered and then not let you know who they are. You just made my point.
A lot of them do, though.
But listen, again, Anthony, Norton, that's part of the uniform. It's part of intimidation. How different is it than you've seen just to ancient societies with, like, the Arabs wearing hoods or, I want to call it a Berber around their face to hide the ninjas. Let's take ninjas. The same thing is part of intimidation. Ninjas. There is preferential treatment given to other groups.
That's just not true.
Depending on the group and what their beliefs are, there is a difference in how they're treated as far as the First Amendment goes. It's just the way it fucking is.
The Klan is allowed to march. I find them repulsive because they hide their faces. But, dude, the First Amendment doesn't say they can't wear their masks. I just find them repulsive.
There's a difference in how long it takes to get a permit. It's months in court. Months in court for an organization like the KKK or the National Socialists to get a permit to march. Meanwhile, if someone wants to put together an Obama rally or Reverend Al wants to march, it's within days or there would be outrage.
Because Sharpton would march without one. And I'm not saying that's right. the Klan won't come up here and just take the bull by the horns and march without one.
So for that reason alone, Bloomberg hands out permits to Reverend Al and any other organization that wants to march like that. And meanwhile, it takes months of a court battle for a group that people despise, can't stand, and don't agree with their beliefs, and that's the sole reason the permit's handed out?
No, I can't defend Sharpton either. I don't know honestly don't know what the process is for him to get one for other people, but he's been denied permits before.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying
and
he
so
hasn't been denied.
So has Farrakhan.
Sure.
They've all been denied permits before.
Yes.
But I don't think there's preferential treatment. I just think that the fucking bottom line is the Klan won't come up here.
Million Nazi march? You think you'd be able to have that in Washington?
You wouldn't get a million Nazis.
I know, exactly. Figuratively speaking, though. Million Nazi march. Nazis from around the world want to come to Washington and speak by the Washington Monument and by the reflecting pool and just have a million Nazis there. Do you honestly think a permit would be granted? There would be utter outrage if a permit was even fucking considered.
You're right. And there was a point raised that would be, look, the Nazis, the bottom line is we're a military organization. It might be a little bit different.
No, they weren't.
No?
National Socialism is political. Nazis were not military. Nazis, they had a hell of an army backing them up, but technically, the National Socialism is a political movement.
Then legally, I honestly don't know what would happen if they fought for that permit. I don't know maybe they would get it. Guarantee that it would be fought, but maybe ultimately a court would give it to them. We can't. A court may give it to them because
under a lot of pressure. I'm not sure. And again, the bottom line here with what I'm saying is First Amendment double standard.
I don't think there is, though. I think that they all get the shot because the Klan marches. These groups march. They really do. You see the Klan marching. They're not denied permits. The ACLU fights for them.
Jimmy, wouldn't you get pissed if there was something you wanted to do and there's another person that wants to do the same thing? You watch the other person. Something as simple as motor vehicle. Let's say you're online at motor vehicle and someone is behind you and you're there for the same thing. They bring them up first. They cut you and go, what do you need? And it's taken care of in a minute. Now you go up for the same thing, and you're standing there forever. Wouldn't you get a little annoyed?
Absolutely, but let's just say you're the guy that has been at motor vehicle, and history has shown you behave despicably whenever you're at motor vehicle, and you shit on the floor, and you scream at people, and you still want to be protected when everybody else wants to beat the shit out of you.
But if the fucking employees were told, no matter how he fucking treats you, you treat him exactly the same as you treat the other guy that treats you nicely, because that is his right. Then there's a different story. Then it's the person behind the counter who's at fault, not the person in front.
Maybe. I just don't agree that permits aren't given. They are given to the Klan. They are.
I know.
And they are given.
Much bigger battle than with other groups.
But I don't know. I don't know what process the fucking Panthers go through.
You always hear about it. You always hear that wherever they want to march, there's giant outcry, there's political posturing, there's permit denials, injunctions, everything to keep them from fucking marching in some town. And most of the time, I'll tell you, when they do keep putting up the fight, they do get to march. And 10 fucking idiots stand out there doing the Sig Heil with the fucking uniform on, and they're outnumbered by the police, by the people that hate them, by everything else. But just to get the permit took a long time.
Okay, so maybe certain groups do have a harder time or do have to fight harder for that First Amendment right. But they're groups who go beyond being unpopular because the Westboro Church, how do they get permits everywhere? How do they get permits constantly outside of soldiers' funerals? They always seem to get one relatively quickly. I don't know what battle they have to go through, but how do they know when a soldier's going to die?
It's because they're all lawyers.
But do you understand? It's like you're talking about unpopular groups not getting permits and having to fight. The Westboro Church, let me tell you something, they inspire more outrage than the Klan, the Black Panther, any group.
Hated.
And yet a soldier dies. There's not a long period of time between a soldier getting killed and his funeral, and yet they find a way to get a permit within a couple of weeks. How do they do it?
Yeah, they probably figured it out with all their lawyers and know exactly what to do. And
so if there was
other groups are stupid, I guess.
Oh, but that does prove that you want to talk about ideologies. That's the most reprehensible ideology, and they get fucking permits, man. They get them quick.
I think
probably faster than Sharpton gets them.
Publicity-wise, though, they amount to like, I'll use the zebra Zeppelin thing, They're zebra, Nazis are Zeppelin. It's just more, it's a lot more in your face And it's, you know something? It's a news grabber. It's much more of a news grabber when Nazis want to march somewhere.
Well, let's get to part 2 of the story here, by the way. We only got half the story.
Oh, wow. Yeah. A story started this?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
With the obscenities and the ugly display, 911 was called, but when police arrived, the 3 men got into their vehicle and drove off.
Of course they
Someone
did.
must have got...
Well, men. Of course they did.
Be on the lookout for a half-track driving down the road. There's a Panzer tank that just left the scene.
Where'd they go? The cops were there. Where'd they go?
They pussied out and left.
Why?
Because they don't feel strongly enough about their convictions.
Exactly. 3 faggots want to stand there with a fucking with hateful shit for Jews, and again, not hateful shit like we disagree with you politically. The fucking Nazis. Come on.
I'm sure these 3 were complete idiots. Decided on a whim they're going to fucking, drink a little and show Nazi flags to Jews that are trying to light their menorah candles. Despicable.
Real brave. Real brave.
It is. It's despicable.
They showed up without a permit.
Yeah.
So let's see the balls they have to show up in Bedford-Stuyvesant the same way, no permit, and when the cops come, let's see how long those little fucking faggots last. Let's see them do
their
it.
flag-draped coffins would be, they would use their flags over their coffins.
But do you understand what I'm saying? It's like the cowards, they show up where they know it's pacifist, or it's a group that's they're not going to be penalized for their actions.
Do you think there are different levels of a group like the Klan or National Socialists that some are completely apprehensible and do things like that, and others that are
reprehensible?
Reprehensible.
Okay.
I'm sorry, reprehensible, and others that are trying to maybe get some type of political foothold, like a David Duke, who says, yeah, in my early days I was Grand Wizard of the KKK. Now he believes in separatism and whatnot, and
yes,
but in much more of a acceptable political way.
Yes.
So, but I think he would still have trouble getting an organization together and a permit for
but he was an elected official, man. I don't think David Duke
that's true.
would have as much. I mean, he was allowed into the government. I mean, as much as people despised the organization he was a member of, the vote came in, he won, and he was allowed to serve. I mean, they didn't stop him from serving.
Good pernt.
Here's more of the story.
Their vehicle and drove off. Someone must have gotten a plate number, because police say the 3 men are between 20 and 25 years old and are not from Fairfield.
HITL.
Police are investigating whether a hate crime was committed. The organizer of the menorah lighting says he hopes the message of Hanukkah will reach the 3 misguided men.
The message of Hanukkah is that a little bit of light can dispel a whole lot of darkness.
I don't think it'll reach them, to tell you the truth. I don't think they're going to be, turned around by
3 guys who saw American History X and wanted to play Go for Bad.
You're absolutely right.
And you know what? There are Klansmen, and I'll say this, that will march, or white supremacists that will march anywhere.
Oh, uncovered.
And they will show their face. And I find them. Their beliefs, I think, are gross. But you know what? They're guys who are going out there and marching, and they should be allowed to. I'm not saying, I don't say that they shouldn't be permitted to fucking march as much as anybody else.
Yeah.
You got that right here.
Let's go to Mike in Albany. Mike.
Hey, Ant.
Yeah.
There's a slight difference between a Nazi rally and an Obama rally. Don't you kind of agree?
There's no difference between their right to express themselves and to have a permit and gather and speak their beliefs. No, there isn't a difference.
And let's put it this way. You're talking about it taking months for them to get, because they get stonewalled and everything. It takes them months to get their thing. You had to pay, you could have paid your ex-wife a payment early, right?
I can't speak about things, but go ahead.
Right. No, you could, hypothetically, you probably could have given her a check for the total amount before.
Maybe.
And not extended and drawn out the payments as long as you did.
Yeah.
You're given a certain amount of time to do something. You can do it either real quick or you can wait till the last minute to do it.
Are you equating that with the court system as far as how they grant a permit?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with a right. I'm talking about rights. My God, everyone's confusing this with me defending Nazism. I'm defending the First Amendment right of people to express themselves. That's all.
All right, let's go to Joe in Virginia. Joe.
Hey, boys, how you doing?
Hey, Joe.
Hey, guys. I just wanted to give you a call. I live in Virginia now. I used to live in New York, and things are a little bit different down here. The Klan does march in certain areas. They actually protest in front of court buildings.
Yeah.
And, Anthony, you'd love it down here because there is a free carry law. You're allowed to carry a weapon in the open, and you don't need a permit.
I don't like open carry, to tell you the truth.
Well, some of the black protests,
asking for trouble.
they've actually carried open weapons out there. And I figure that if the Klan ever did that at one of their protests, they'd probably be locked up down here. But the Klan does a lot of protests down here. So
yeah, I guess it has to do also with geography.
It's the territory that you're in. You know, it's up in New York, like you said. If you have some Klansmen protesting in Central Park or something like that, they're going to get locked up. Down here, they're allowed to say what they want.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And don't give me people are giving me the fire in a full movie theater thing.
That doesn't count. That's not
the same.
It's called, I believe that's time, place, and manner in free speech.
Yeah.
And that's not fire in a crowded movie theater, protesting that you don't like Jews or black. I mean, that's really not.
Let's go to Chris on Long Island. Chris.
Sporty.
Chris, let's go, buddy.
Chris, hello.
Hey, you.
All right.
Must be a problem with the phone.
Let's say hi to Pete in Vermont. Pete.
Hey, from a moral standpoint, Norton, I'm with you, but from a legal standpoint, I got to defend Ant on this one. Hypothetical situation, imagine it's early 60s and you're a family man with a bunch of your friends, and the KKK is having one of those cross-burning circle jerks, and you want to go protest it. You're kind of risking your family's safety by protesting that time, because that group of people is probably the one to go after your family for protesting them.
Yes, but you going to protest the Klan as they're fucking burning something, they're just going to kick the shit out of you or kill you right there. You understand?
It's possible.
I'm not sure what the point you're making. Can you make the? I just don't know your point.
Yes. From a moral standpoint, those Nazis protesting in Fairfield, absolutely. Take your mask off. Don't be such a puss.
Right.
But from a legal standpoint, if you're looking at the whole free speech thing, and Ant was saying they should be able to wear a mask to protect their jobs and their family. Imagine they were protesting something that's shitty. Imagine
the Digger Gibbs.
Huh?
What about the goddamn flunkus?
But I'm not sure what you're saying, though.
Let's just move on.
Protesting the Klan because you're afraid of your family being killed by the Klan.
It doesn't really.
Is different than being afraid of your boss yelling at you, which the Nazis are. No one's going to go and kill your family. Maybe they would.
Yeah, you never know.
All right, let's go to Jim in Jersey. Jim?
Maybe that's a good point.
Hey, Jim. Jim's gone.
Oh, my God.
He hung up the phone. He was afraid.
Let's go to Graham in Pennsylvania. Graham?
Hey, how's it going, gentlemen?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I was just calling to say, I believe that those Nazis had the right to express themselves openly, but I think that those Jews should have had the right to beat the shit out of them.
I agree.
Yeah, well, you know something? Maybe some kind of confrontation, self-defense, whatever the fuck it is. Absolutely. And it's just, there is a right to do something, and then there's just being a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And of course you're gonna have to pay the consequences for it. So these three fucking idiots standing out there while they're trying to light their menorah, that's just a stupid, unnecessary, hurtful thing for them to have done. So, but that's different than what I'm talking about, really. It kind of got us started on the conversation, but it's different than what I'm talking about.
All right, Q in New Orleans. Q.
What's up, guys?
What up?
Morning, fellas.
Hey.
Love you, Jimmy.
Thank you, buddy.
That's for greatness, baby. Look, man, anytime you see black groups marching, and it's really in reaction to something that has happened, not a counteraction. You don't see these, when was the last time you saw a black group standing out front saying, oh, death to Whitey, death to Whitey?
All right.
It's in reaction to something that has happened.
You know what? A lot of times, not a lot of times. I won't even go that far. I'll say a few times I have seen black groups marching for something that I completely disagree with. The gunning down of a drug dealer. Perhaps, and Reverend Al rallies the troops and marches against police brutality. I look at that as bullshit. How the fuck can they even do this? But they got a right to. I don't agree. I don't agree with it at all.
Exactly, you don't agree with it, and that's perfectly fine. That's exactly what the Constitution was based on.
Yeah,
but it's the fact that they are just voicing a concern. Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here.
They're voicing a concern against something that has happened, not just to push an agenda. And like I said, you've got to understand another thing, too, which I'm pretty sure you do, is that blacks in this country for a long time, we didn't have all these so-given rights.
Yeah, but you don't have makeup rights.
Right, but one of the ways that we were actually able to voice concern was to march, was to rally.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's one thing if Nazis want to march because they found one of their brethren hanging from a tree.
Doesn't matter.
Shot dead somewhere. Yeah, then you got the absolute reason to march or so. But
Doesn't matter.
But it's a whole other thing to say, well, we want to march just because we want to push our agenda, of which it still happens, and of which I have no problem with that. If
they're allowed to
push your agenda, then you march to push your agenda. But that's the thing. When you see blacks marching, it's not to push their agenda. It's usually in reaction to something.
That's a little naive, but...
Just in case you want to mention a Million Man March, how many times you always saying, man, these black people need to get off their asses and do something? Well, that was an action of them.
Did I once bash the Million Man March when I was just discussing it? I didn't. I just said they were allowed to. I bash it at home, but when the doors are shut.
Q could read between the lines. It's not stupid.
So transparent.
Right.
It's transparent.
Q's not
White.
Good conversation. I tell you, I was about 5 seconds from turning it off, but I love you guys. All
right, Q. Thank you. Let's go to a Jewish accountant in Jersey.
Ooh.
What's up, sir?
Hi, sir.
What's going on?
Hey.
I'm thinking that, Anthony's a big fan of profiling, so I figure they're probably just profiling the First Amendment right based on the fact that Nazis are pretty much about one thing, genocide. But black people are afraid to mess with that because, on the one hand, they're fighting for equal rights, but on the other hand, you don't want these Black Panthers to cross the line and get into violence with that.
Yeah. Did you ever hear of a National Socialist group that wants to march and just push the agenda of separatism between whites and blacks and Jews and not preach about killing because that's what has got them in jams before in the past?
Absolutely. I think Sons of Anarchy pretty much sums that up pretty well, this show. They got National Socialists on that show, and they get into violence eventually, but that's just what the profiling's about.
Yeah, I hear you.
So, I don't know. I mean, I just figured you like it because you're into profiling. So they're kind of profiling and, like someone said, pushing a whole lot of red tape so they can't get these permits.
Yeah, I hear you. I just think, a double standard thing, but yeah, we've ran through it here.
All right, brother.
I got a tinkle.
Yeah, let's take a break here.
And now, such an important conversation. Now I just want to eat my sandwich.
There you go. Hit the break. O&A. Opie and Anthony.
Hi.
On this Tuesday. By the way, everyone in the Twitter world.
Where's that?
They got the news yesterday. We got to at least make it official that the homeless shopping spree is dead. I think you pretty much assumed that yesterday after our fine rant to start yesterday's show. But
how did it happen?
Well, they were supposed to check on one last mall.
Yeah.
Did they ever do that?
I don't know. Last I heard that things were being, looked into and checked and stuff, but there doesn't seem to be a mall.
No. So, and no one's taking blame. Everyone is doing a duck and cover and covering their own asses. So
duck and cover.
I guess officially we don't know who to blame, but it's not happening. The homeless shopping spree is done. And the shirts arrived yesterday, which makes it kind of sad. So we're going to send those shirts off to some African country.
Like the championship
so they can enjoy
Patriots shirts and things like that.
The 2009 homeless shopping T-shirts that arrived yesterday of all days.
Did they really?
Yeah. So we sent that to a little country in Africa.
Oh,
little
my
starving
God.
kids will be wearing the Opie and Anthony homeless shopping spree T-shirts.
Talking to their little friends with the World Series champion Phillies on there.
There you go. There you go. I think that officially means no more O&A events, too, by the way, because we just can't figure it out as a channel. We just can't figure it out. So, it is official. It was all over Twitter yesterday. We're just making it official on our show.
It just seems too much, liability that they don't want to handle. Like, no one wants to handle it. And that includes us, as a matter of fact. We're put in a position where liability is making things impossible to do anymore when they used to be doable.
Yeah, they changed our deal.
Litigation.
Where now we have to, whatever. We're not going to get into it. Oh, there's a T-shirt. There you go,
Thanks.
Jimmy.
Can I have one,
Is that
Sam?
it? Let me see. I want to fucking... Wow, this is a collector's item.
This would have been nice, right?
Look at that.
Thank you, Sam.
I hate Steven Singer on the back.
Oh, yeah.
It had the date, the Opie and Anthony show on the back, homeless shopping spree, December 17th, 2009. I hate Steven Singer.
The event that never was.
PennyStockChaser.com was on here.
PennyStockChaser.com. I love that song.
Let me ask Sam something. Sam, who do you blame for the homeless shopping spree not happening?
Keith the cop.
I don't know.
That's who I'm pinning the blame on.
I don't think there's anyone to blame. I think just all the elements didn't quite come together this time.
Elements?
Oh,
Steve C. I thought you meant. Okay. I get it?
Yes, because he's so big.
So you're not naming names either, Sam?
I mean, I just think, I don't know if you can hold one party responsible. It's just so many things have to align properly.
Yeah, because it was such a hard event to get together.
That's right.
And they'll somehow blame the show. They'll somehow make it look like they were reasonable, like, hey, but the guys said no. Like, they won't ever say to each other in the meetings, look, we really did handcuff them by doing this, this, and this, making it impossible to pull off in a successful... They'll never say that among each other.
No,
it'll somehow be weird difficult.
That we were difficult to work with and weren't flexible enough. That's going to be a word I bet that gets thrown around a lot. We weren't flexible enough in the planning of this.
Sam, is that true?
Yeah, it'll be one of those, the quote will probably be, I don't know, we didn't get them all and then they didn't want to do it.
Yeah, but it's
or
like...
something like they'll have to say, they didn't want to do it.
Yeah,
there was no mall, and so they didn't want to do it.
I don't know. It's like, wait a minute. They didn't want to go to the moon. We didn't have a spaceship. They didn't want to go. They didn't want to go.
You're right. It all depends on the order they say it in. They'll go, they didn't want to do it. We couldn't get them all. They didn't want to do it. They won't say they didn't want to do it because we couldn't get them all.
Couldn't get them all. Couldn't secure them all.
They'll say there was no mall. They'll say there was no mall and they didn't want to do it. Or they didn't want to do it.
You guys are referring to the meeting that we had after the show where they said, well, if you don't want to do it, we understand. And I looked at the guy, I go, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do, sir.
I mean,
did they ever check on that last mall? Out of curiosity?
I think that there were a lot of people with their heads down yesterday. I don't know if there was a lot of...
Why were their heads down?
I feel like they got quite a browbeating yesterday.
Well, well, they did. Maybe we could learn from this.
Definitely some...
we have to move forward.
Maybe they can learn from this.
The dog got hit with the rolled-up newspaper yesterday.
Yikes.
Not the company. Well, people that run the channel.
Wow.
I'm not going after the company.
Can we do anything for the homeless? Anything?
What can we possibly do for the homeless it's got to cover this. Here's the criteria. Do something for the homeless. That involves some of the money that was ballied about.
Yeah, we got like $3,000.
And make it entertaining for the listeners of this program. And make it fun. So it's not...
What would management say?
Yeah, you might as well just play that clip a million times. I hear white noise right now.
Could we do something, though?
What could we do?
Bring the guys up here and hand money over.
That's not fun, though. That doesn't fit the funness. Doesn't fit the fun.
We had the bit, and
and
it's an easy bit, and it shouldn't have been so complicated.
Well, that ain't happening.
Yeah,
and so let's.
Does Steven Singer still want to be involved in it?
He's laughing. He's laughing at the incompetence.
Well, does he still want to do it?
I'm not even joking. He's laughing at it.
I hate Steven Singer.
Me too.
.com.
No return calls from the mall. Nope. No response from the last mall on the list. The final mall.
I think the word is that the sponsors still do want to do something because they like the show. They just want the promotion.
Yeah, we like our sponsors. It's great that they believe in us. That's nice.
We had some good homeless people. A good talent. And, I'd like to do something. But
just hand the money out.
That's not fun.
Yeah, we got to do
Whatever.
something fun, entertaining. We do something with the homeless, man, because they'll appreciate it. We shouldn't fuck the homeless. And if the PR department here could do anything, Sirius should do a little something for the homeless, too. Because it's like, I know we fuck with them and goof on them, but the reality is we do want to see them get... We're not a fucking charitable show particularly, but once a year...
Particularly?
But you know what I'm saying?
At all.
We're not a bunch of assholes who try to go, hey, let's do a charity and get our
Speak
faces...
for yourself.
On TV. I throw rocks at them.
Yes.
But it's like, you know what, man? Every year we do something for them in the winter. We should do something this year.
The listeners are very smart. They're coming up with it. Homeless kerosene drinking, homeless fighting. That's fantastic. Get them laid. We could just get them prostitutes and have them fuck. The listeners, they're like this.
We should do something that's entertaining.
I don't have homeless rape spree, mud fights, thermite painting contests. This is all fantastic stuff.
The problem is I don't have the something, and no one else has the something. We all understand we want to do something. We had the something. And it's a no-brainer, easy bit to pull off if people don't get so involved. And lawyers don't get involved, and it was the thinking on this was ridiculous how they went about it. But they're not going to acknowledge that they won't. They had any wrong in this whatsoever.
Last year it was CBS.
I would love to do something, of course. I don't know what that is anymore. I really don't.
Last year XM was totally on board. And Logan was on board. They were all, and CBS fucked it up, Tracy.
Oh,
and this year,
stupid Tracy.
It's these guys. Or was that 2 years ago? Maybe 2 years ago.
Who the fuck knows?
But this year, these guys fucked it up.
Nope. I don't know what the something is. If someone else knows what the something is, that's great. That'd be awesome. But I don't have it.
I'm thinking something with homeless on a flatbed truck. I just don't know what.
Oh, under a flatbed truck would be a solution.
How about we punch a homeless people on a flatbed truck, and we have it ride around, and they have a sign that says, "We're bums and we're hungry."
You would get 1 million guys to do that, too.
Oh, God
They would have
damn.
no problem doing that.
We're bums.
God damn it, there's got to be something.
Yeah, well, we got...
It's hard to come up with the something when you had the something.
I know. It's frustrating, but,
that's a no-brainer, too. I mean, our records show that the promotion was a great one, and no one got... There was no issues. There were never any issues. I know. The record speaks for itself.
You know what? We are pigeonholing ourselves.
Agreed.
What we got to do... I know we had the thing. It was homeless shopping spree. It's fucking brilliant. Gone. Over. There's fucking Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then we're vacation.
Done.
Why not save the money, tell the sponsors, hold on till we get back, and have some kind of another event with the homeless that involves a different holiday. Perhaps New Year's Eve or something, or some New Year's thing, or Valentine's Day.
We won't be back, but Valentine's Day.
Or like a Valentine's
Kiss
February.
that Michelob bottle.
It's fucking, homeless match, like match making. Sometime I'm brainstorming here. Look at me go.
Well, for what it's worth, you have the $3,000 guaranteed until Friday.
All right, but they can be talked to. We could talk to these people. We know people in the newspapers. What if it's a dirty sponsor? A sponsor that
Wait a minute. Can't we have some kind of a bum talent show?
I would love a bum talent show where we actually have people, maybe some of our own people here in the organization, that can not train them, let's say, help them practice certain dance numbers, song numbers. I don't want that motherfucker Mustard singing, though, because he's too good at that. He's got to do some ballet.
They don't all win the big money. There's something there. We can have the homeless somehow entertain us.
Yes. Homeless paintball. That'd be fun. Just watch them shoot each other
maybe
with
a
real
talent
bullets. A talent show might be good.
A homeless talent show would be fucking...
A homeless talent show. Put on like an old high school
their talents will
show.
have to be approved by management. You know that, right?
They could compete against management.
Yeah. I think...
There's something.
Oh.
Too bad we can't get it ready by... Can we?
The dumpster
I don't see
dive.
why not. I mean...
But it would be hard to tell the home... You'd have to. You can't have them rehearse. Whoever you can't. They can't rehearse.
No.
How about this? If you live until Friday, we have them somehow do something. Do you have any talent, sir? We're part of a radio show. We have X amount of dollars. We've been giving out this, and this for people that have some kind of fucking talent.
Homeless cherry tarts.
Oh, would that be wonderful?
Oh, is that disgusting?
That's nudity, guys. Come on.
But it's male nudity.
Come on.
Would management say?
God damn it. There's that little fucking glass room in there. We can't get a few listeners up here by fucking Friday morning or something and just round up 5 or 6 or 10 homeless people.
Have a talent show.
Dude, we want to do the shopping spree. The listeners know we got fucked. This is not like we're saying to the listeners, this is what we prefer to do. We want to do something. Because otherwise you get nothing.
Sponsors would need to sign off on any idea we come up with.
Yeah, fair enough.
But a talent show's pretty fucking, and it could be entertaining, and it's light enough where they're not going to freak out.
Every bum would say he can sing.
Horace, you hear him out there?
They would have to approve. Management would have to approve their talents. And I guarantee some of the things they would want to do, management would go, you know what, we can't have that.
They try to hire half of them and give them channels.
Extreme shitting? What are they going to do with their talent?
I think we got to stop thinking about doing events. Because there'll always be some weird issue that we can't foresee.
Well, you know what the best thing...
For real, I'm not even trying to be.
Right now,
I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer. I'm being a realist.
But that's not a bad idea.
It's a great idea, Jimmy. It really is a great idea. We've had a lot of great ideas, and then you throw it through the management fucking cog system they have, and then it's spit out in a way that you're like, what?
But
this ain't gonna work.
Understand this, though.
I think
if we come up with something before fucking Friday that is a viable idea, and they shoot it down. Do you know how utterly fucking contemptible that will make them, even more so than with this whole thing? We've actually went above and beyond, tried, and got shot down again. It would be with an idea that isn't insane. It's an actual fucking good idea. They would get money, people entertained. I like the idea of maybe being able to get people up here into the room and have them fucking just
or that glass room out there or something like that.
I don't care where the fuck they are. Oh, I'm sorry. Why am I yelling at Jimmy?
I don't know.
But, yeah, that would be like something. And then if for any reason they said no to that, we just say, okay, then to me, I wash my fucking hands of this. I do anyway because I'm afraid of H1N1. So I wash all the time. So I can push this button.
As you should. You should fucking wash your elbow and really give it a good shot.
They're not even pressuring us to give the money away at this point, so,
That's what I actually just want to do. It's like,
but it would be.
It's nice to be charitable and take my money.
All right, so what's the bit?
I would think, get some people up here and get these fucking homeless guys to do something. Stand-up comedy, singing, soft shoe.
Dude.
Whatever the fuck he wants to do.
If we tell them, if Keith just grabs the homeless
and
tells them that we got some money, can you do this, this, or this? We guarantee each one of them an appearance fee. This way they know they're not going to be fucked over. You give them each, we'll give you $50 for coming. You get the money, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a fucking setup.
Immediately.
You get a $50 appearance fee. So they know they're making $50. They come in, we give them something to eat. We can't give them liquor here, obviously. That'd be a suicidal move to give them liquor, let them run around a fucking billion-dollar facility. Here, go eat these wires. But I think you could get a decent amount of fucking people and you corral them up in that area in the front inside. And you know what? What is the rest of the employees going to say? We don't want the fucking a homeless charity here? Why not, man?
That would look pretty ugly on the front page of the Daily News. We'd bump Tiger off with that one, I think. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I think it involves listeners.
I want the listeners involved.
Yeah. I think it's good for the homeless. It would be funny. And it would be good because, you get that goddamn mustard guy to play a song in front of the people. That's cool. And it gives us the opportunity again to talk to some of our stupid listeners that come up, which is always good.
So
it's never good, by the way.
Oh,
to correct you.
I meant never.
Get Steve to talk to the guys and see if they can get the fishbowl.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason they shouldn't give it to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, believe me, I know how they work here. It's awful. But that's a very...
That's an idea that we're floating. There you go. Now float it over to that homo and have him float it to fucking...
Yes. Oh, that one.
I mean, Steve... Are there other homos around here that I don't know about?
Don't know.
Suck my dick.
Okay. I mean, no.
So we'll try to figure it out by Friday, but that's it. I guess the homeless shopping spree is not happening officially, so just so you guys know that. Why don't we take another break, regroup, and we'll continue with the Opie and Anthony show.
Right.
Opie and Anthony.
Hi.
So now what happened, Sam? We wrote up our new idea for the homeless.
Yes. It's been written up and given to the person with the proper authority.
Wait, so we came up with this idea to kind of try to save our homeless thing.
Yeah.
Which seems like it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, they told us homeless shopping spree.
Then they told us we had to write it up.
It's got to be written up and submitted.
And who'd you submit it to?
Rob Cross.
For your approval.
And what does he do?
Rob Cross, I think he's like the program director type. So he's
of what?
Of this channel. So he'd be Steve Carlisi's boss.
Yes.
He's above what boss? He's above Steve.
What?
So he's right above Steve.
So he read it, and now what happens?
So then he will now send
Steve wrote it up.
No, I wrote it up.
Oh, you wrote it up.
So, Sam, you wrote up this very easy thing that we want to do on Friday, which is bring the homeless up, do some kind of talent show thing.
I just wrote
Take
down
care
what
of the
you
sponsors, fucking give the homeless money, have listeners up here.
Haven't had listeners up in a while. That sounds fun.
It would be a great Friday show.
Yeah.
But we had to write it up. You had to write it up to give it to Rob, and now who does he give it to?
Now Rob will start giving it up to the people in promotions, and he'll find out from the talent department if that studio is booked. And he'll, but the main thing will be giving it to the people in like promotions and sales and all those people, and the legal team
now
who have to determine if this is legal and if the sponsors will accept it.
Well, of course it's legal. Now, ballpark. Have you asked Rob or anybody? Ballpark. How long is this going to take to fester?
I do think that they are on a rush job on this one.
Fast track, it's called.
Okay,
it's on
fast
the
track.
fast track.
Yes, they're on the fast track.
Okay.
Because they know that if it's not done by Friday, they've lost a lot of money.
Yes, this is something that has to be done.
And they
fast track it.
They know that. I think it's being fast tracked.
Blue sky it, or tee it up. What am I doing in corporate knees?
Trying to get it green lit.
Green light it.
So far, we're at a yellow.
No, it's got to bake first, idiots.
Oh, yeah, it's got to bake first.
Everyone knows it has to bake
Is it on the
first.
front burner?
Yes.
Oh, right.
You got to bake it before you fucking blue sky it.
Yeah. Blue sky it.
It's just terrible.
We're going to tee it up for promotions and say, tee it up, shut up.
Ugh. I want to hook up electrodes to the genitals of everyone that works here, and every time they use a phrase like that, you give them a shock until they make cumsies in their corporate slacks. We're going to blue stuff.
So now what are we waiting on?
What's the next step?
We have to wait to pass through the proper channels and then come back down. I'm sure there'll be many questions.
It's got to go up somewhere and then down again?
Yeah, it's got to go
now,
up.
How high up does it go?
I mean, pretty high up.
This will be a terrific exercise.
Altitude-wise?
Several links on the chain.
Yeah, that's the problem. There's too many fucking links.
All right, so it goes up some links.
This is going to be a great exercise. I'm going to sit back and watch this develop.
It's a long chain. It goes up the chain, and then each link has questions, and then the questions start trickling down.
All kidding aside, no, all right, so you wrote up the proposal for the easiest fucking radio bit I could think of.
It was very quickly written up, by the way, so that's how easy it is to explain.
It went from idea to being written up, that someone had to actually read it before he moves it to somebody else. And then when does it start branching off to all sorts of other people?
Well, I think it will now start branching off. He'll probably have to send it CC a few people on it.
Oh, CC.
Who will then forward
a couple blind CCs, because that's how those fuckers work.
And then they'll forward it to their supervisors, who will reply with questions, and the questions will start trickling down.
For the easiest radio bit that you could think of, by the way.
The Homeless Talent Show.
This doesn't involve leaving the building.
No.
So there's no issues about being at some other venue where they have to worry about, other people and things like that. It's a matter of just, we have a select number of listeners that can come up, fill that room up. There's our live audience. We have the homeless people that have certain talents. They will perform in front of the crowd, and then they will be judged and summarily executed after the judgment. I don't know.
That wasn't in the write-up.
Oh, it wasn't?
No.
You didn't write that down?
The execution?
Oh,
No.
shit. Oh, because that's the funnest part.
I mean, I could send a reply all.
Sam, I want you on this one. So go down the hall now and see where this piece of paper is.
Yes, the whole rest of the show, I want a
updates. I want you
step-by-step
interrupting
update.
whatever the fuck we're doing for updates.
Okay.
Now,
There goes
I want,
Sam.
it's going to mean a lot of running. So run now, and
look
I
at
want
his
him to
feet.
run back.
Look at his silly run.
How great would it be if he just tripped and fell sideways through that glass and died?
And cut himself in half.
No, just died, and his body was left there as they ran around trying to make this bit happen.
I want to say God bless Anthony Cumia and God bless Jim Norton, because I wish I had the patience you guys have.
What?
I am out of my fucking mind, biting my fucking teeth right now.
Patience is a virtue.
And I know if I had more patience and understanding, I wouldn't have done as much damage in my career as I have.
But it's
I
not
am
even
out of my
patience, dude.
fucking mind about how this shit goes down.
Dude, I find it...
And I gotta at least express that.
But so are we.
Yeah.
It's almost like...
Yeah, but you guys, I can't even function right now.
But
you guys
dude,
are at least functioning.
Dude, do you understand what a gotcha this is?
No.
No.
Fucking props.
No.
I'm sitting here. I can't even function. You're functioning. You're functioning. I don't have it in my fucking body to function right now.
Let me explain something.
And that is my biggest flaw, and I understand that.
Let me explain
Wait,
something.
Sam's back.
Yes.
Before you explain.
All right.
They said no. They said, we don't want bums in our facility unless they're wearing ties and making decisions. Oh, shit. The kid is funny.
Oh, come on.
All right, Sam.
Well, it's been looked at by our liaison to the legal team.
Liaison to the legal.
Yes. Looks fine to him, but the lawyers...
But
what
that means
exactly is it you do
I'm
here?
sick of hearing it looks fine to me. Because that means shit.
I'm a people person.
That means shit.
But the lawyers, they're not here yet.
Okay.
So we'll have to wait for the...
Why? What time does somebody lift up the rock snake fall out from under?
So I hope no one pours salt on them on the way here. They'll just fucking disintegrate.
They need a slimy trail to slither from the fucking subway up.
We just...
Can I tell you something? Oh, this is where I emotionally, I really agree with Ope.
Absolutely.
This is why I look at the way I do.
It's infuriating.
This is the why, despite my fucking anger, and you know how disgusted I am, and I'm not being politically correct, I look at a guy like Leno, the anger he's got to feel, and he's never even expressed it to me in private.
Mm-hmm.
I watch the way he handles himself and conducts himself. And I said to him last time I saw him, like, dude, you never say stupid things in interviews.
And he said, shut up and keep sucking.
Yeah, no, he didn't even say that. He just slapped my face and said, quiet bitch with your mediocre segment. But he's like, you just got to, and he's just a smart fucking dude. It's almost like that's a guy who could have let emotion get the best of him because look, that was a weird thing NBC did. Mm-hmm. And instead of doing that, he fucking just does his job for 5 fucking years, knowing that's hanging over him.
Yeah.
He's still number one, and then when it comes time, they can't cut him. They cannot let him go because he's number one, and they don't want to compete with him. So I'm sure they threw a boatload of money at him, and they changed the face of fucking the network for him.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of where it goes, it's like that was a guy who could have bitched and moaned and just didn't. And it's like, I watched that, and I'm like, God, I get so fucking angry over shit. And when you play it smart, there is a way to financially fuck them in the end for it. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, that's a guy who could have really gotten angry.
Yeah. And I wanted to explain also, this is the opposite of the Kobayashi Maru. Now, if you're familiar with a little film called The Wrath of Khan, and of course the new Star Trek, they have to run through a test called the Kobayashi Maru. It is a no-win scenario. It is the no-win scenario. This is the opposite of it. This now is win-win. Because here's what happens, and you're furious about this, but we do this, and we're able to do it. Then, look, we did exactly what you said. We came up with another idea. It's fun for us, fun for the show, fun for the homeless. They get the money, this, that, blah, blah, blah. If they don't allow this, even better. I'm going on the air and saying this. If they don't allow this, even better than them allowing it, because it shows that we, again, jumped through the hoops. We tried. We bent over backwards, came up with an idea, and again, we got shot down. And then there's no way they can even fake blaming us.
We already proved they're incompetent.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. They won't admit it to each other.
So now we're going to prove that they're more incompetent?
They won't.
That's insane.
They will never admit to that and never come to us and go, the homeless shopping spree. O&A said nothing.
They know it.
Now we came up with another idea.
They know
very short time. It's a win-win. Win-win. Whether this gets pulled off or not, you have to look at it that way.
It's a business decision. Like, I'm looking at it in a business way. Believe me, on a personal level, I've gotten along with everybody here, and not one of them has showed me a fucking ounce of respect in a situation I'm having. It's a business decision.
How about they're held accountable for fucking up our bit? What will happen to them for fucking up our bit?
That's the way it goes. But that's always the way it's going to go.
Exactly. But they'll cover their ass and go, well, it was actually this and this and this and blah, blah, blah. No, it was you.
We're the CBS executives that made the bad decision. They never get fired.
It was you that fucked this up, not us.
Doesn't matter.
But then look how we handled it. We fucking improvised, adapt, overcame. We come up with another fucking idea. We run that through the mill. And again, if they spit it out and say no, then we go, look, what the fuck do you want us to do? Keep coming up with fucking ideas that you're going to shoot down? Do you know how discouraging that is? Or,
But that's where I feel like we're there already.
No, I don't.
I know.
Not in this situation. We're battling an entity.
I'm right and you're wrong, but I already feel that we're there already.
Because it's an entity that doesn't identify that. I would say to them,
what else do you want from us? We suggested this idea months ago. And I didn't even think we were doing it. And then 2-3 weeks ago, they said, good news, we're doing the homeless shopping spree. And I went, what? I forgot about that months ago.
Getting fucked twice will be so much better.
It's just...
Dude, it's a business decision. That's how I can remain patient.
Business.
Believe me. Well, you know how I feel on a personal level.
We got
issues. It's a business decision.
It's business, Opie. You're taking this very personally. He's taking this very personally.
We do have some issues that we have to figure out. Not between us, but certainly.
Not between the show members, no. Between the company and the show.
Yeah. We're holding up our end of the bargain, and it's getting harder to do this.
Do you know what's frustrating? Despite my situation, I know these guys like me. I really do. Like, on a personal level, I've talked to them. I know they like me as a guy. I know they think, hey, he's a funny guy, he contributes. Doesn't matter. It doesn't stop them from doing what they're doing. So it's like, my feelings shouldn't stop me from doing it.
Look, I'll meet with Bladder myself. It'll be somewhere safe. Our studio, our office. We'll go in there, sit down, I'll talk with him for a while, and I'll give him the idea. I'm not looking at Jimmy.
Why? The beautiful thing was, you guys can't see.
I'm talking with a broken jaw.
I love Anthony, and I knew he was doing Michael Corleone.
I'm talking with a broken jaw because McCluskey punched me.
But the beautiful and now I understand why he did. The thing was, as Anthony was talking, I'm looking at him, and his eyes opened a little bit, which you can only see if you're in the room, which says, I know this one's going to bomb, and yet I'm committed to it.
I'm in a situation.
Dude, there's nothing worse than when you're in a broken jaw character and you can't get...
I can't stop my broken jaw.
Yeah.
Sam, run down the hall, and whoever the liaison to lawyers is, get an update.
Yes, an update.
And if he says again they're not here yet, say, don't you have the capability of calling them? Because we're under the gun.
Oh, good idea.
And that's not coming from you. It's coming from Anthony and myself.
That is a good idea. Call them.
Because that is the first problem I have already with what has been going on the last half hour.
Yes.
If everyone's under the gun and we're bending over backwards to try to figure this shit out and help the company and help our show a little bit.
Yep.
Why are they waiting for lawyers to come in when they possibly have their fucking numbers?
And you think the lawyers are going to come in and instantly jump on this?
No.
Or the 20,000 other fucking things that they have to do?
Of course not.
My God, man. Goodness gracious. Homeless smelling bee. Shut up.
Dude, there's something we can do.
We came up with it.
Yeah.
Let's stop now. For real.
There it is.
Let's just stop. We came up with it. We came up with the
idea.
easiest bid possible.
Maybe we can have other
Homeless,
prizes.
talent, money. Here you go.
Maybe there's other prizes too. Whoever has the most horrendous pair of underwear on.
Oh, that is pretty good.
Other ways to give them money.
Yes.
Well, they have to rewrite what they.
We'll throw it in on the air.
We'll just do that. Once they're in, we're in.
They have to rewrite the proposal.
Once they're in that fishbowl with the audience in there, we lock the fucking door, and then we can just do whatever we want.
And the bathroom's right there.
Fucking executions. Be great. I think, like, plugging up any crack and filling it up with water would be fantastic. Just watch them slowly drown.
Here comes Sam.
Here comes Sam. He's running down the hall.
He hasn't worked out this much in his entire life.
Huh? Look at him.
He's a young kid, and he already has fucking no muscle tone.
He's the liaison to... Hey, you're the liaison to the liaison.
What's up?
He's on the phone with the lawyer right now.
Oh, he is?
Yep.
Cool.
And what is he doing?
Talking.
I know he's
Dial
talking.
1-800-SCUM. Some lawyer answers. We got it, Jim. I got it.
Why does...
Yeah, he's just talking on the phone to the lawyer.
Okay. We'll fuck up your bit. You have enough to worry about. So, what is he talking about? He's describing the bit. Now, is he accurately depicting what we want?
How can you fuck this one up?
See, this is written down.
Yeah.
But now the interpretation between page and eye and mouth and lawyer ear can get fucked up. Someone ought to be monitoring what he's saying and correcting every so often. Go, no, it's this. We need.
Well, that's the benefit. The email, I think that they always have his email, so they have it on paper saying, no, this is what you wanted. But now that's going to work in our favor, too.
Can I see the proposal?
Yes, you may. Hang on.
Please, get me the proposal. I want to see, because I know we sat here and hatched it all by ourselves just moments ago. I want to see how it was then written down. Look at Sam, his run. To say he has duck feet is an insult to ducks.
I'm taking bets, by the way.
All right.
What is going to be the big thing that they say?
What's going to be?
What's going to fuck this up?
I'm going with no live audience allowed.
I don't know about that.
That's just what I'm going with.
I don't know about that because their instinct is to fuck it up. Their inclination is to fuck it up. But the bottom line is there's money at stake. They don't care about
What are you going for? What do you think will be the fucking...
Honestly, laziness.
Plug.
Just a general laziness. Yeah, they're not
a general malaise.
Yeah, they're not going to want to work hard to get this done within 2-3 days.
Well, they're on the phone.
Bank on it.
They're on the phone right now.
They understand we have no confidence in the people that are running this channel, right? None. That needs to be said. None.
Look,
so
if
now
he
they
gets
have
it done,
now they have to prove themselves.
Yeah.
But this is like easy. So even lazy people can get something accomplished. What do you think will be the monkey wrench, though, as far as saying, well, it's because of this? What'll be their reason? They won't go, well, we're lazy. They don't. What'll they say?
We don't have enough time to put this together.
But it's easy. It's together.
Here comes Sam.
All right, look at him running with the scroll. Look, he looks like a fucking town crier.
Yes.
Hear ye, I'm a douche.
Yes. I would be doing this, but I don't want to run.
All right, give me the proposal.
Look at this, 3 copy. Who doesn't love Sam?
Here's what we want to do with the 3 large. We want to do a homeless talent show. Keith the Cop would round up between 6 to 10 or so homeless people in the morning we would broadcast regular time, 6 a.m. That's negotiable. We would like to do the show from the fishbowl and have an audience of fans able to come in and see/react to the talents. Jim, Opie, and Anthony would serve as judges, and we would give out 3 prizes. First prize 5, second prize 3, third prize 2. The rest of the money would be divided equally and given to all the homeless people that show up. Anything else, let me know. Sam Roberts, Opie and Anthony Show, 212.
You don't have to.
I like...
Where's your phone number on this thing?
I'm corporate.
Hey, you're dumb fuck.
I like the listing.
Anything else that sounds
I like the order of the names listed.
Yes. Isn't that good?
I also like the fact that you put, here's what we want to do with the 3,000, and you put a colon.
Yeah.
I like that. That's very, very official. You didn't indent your paragraph, which may be proper for this type of thing.
Well, is it really? I thought an indent was always.
It's not a letter, so it may be so.
It's just a quick draft, just a quick email.
Yeah?
Yeah, he wasn't.
Now, okay. Now, you're on the phone with the lawyer. You read this. Now, I kind of think This paragraph has been read already now over the phone. It can't take that long.
No. Is he still on the phone?
So now, this should be...
Find out? Yeah,
yes,
go find out.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, run down the hall. Because this should be the lawyer going, all right, now I've heard what you said. That sounds fine. You guys now the lawyer would go, there doesn't seem to be any legal issues here, so now it's up to you to get the logistics. Not the venue, the fishbowl, arrangements for bringing up an audience. And go ahead. Go. You guys go for it now. He should be off the phone. Off the phone!
Sam's now walking with him.
Is he? What? Sam's walking with him? He's coming out?
Who, the guy who runs the channel? He's an odd little man. Yeah. He should drive an egg car. The guy who runs the channel, who is a nice enough guy.
An egg car.
He should get out of some type of a Jetsons vehicle shaped like an egg.
Holy shit.
He's a man who's slight of frame.
Yes.
Whose genitals are either 3 inches or 9.5 inches long.
He stopped halfway down the hall.
Oh, he stopped halfway down the hall.
The lawyer liaison was walking towards the studio, stopped halfway down the hall.
Sam Roberts, our liaison.
We have an update.
All right, an update, yes.
We have cleared one hurdle.
All right, one hurdle.
Yes.
We can't have one. We clear them backwards.
Well, we're going to forge right ahead and go for the whole bit.
The legal hurdle has been cleared. We are legally allowed to do this.
All right, see, look at my prediction was correct.
Yes.
The phone call, the legal, now it's logistics.
Now there's 3 things that has to happen. Number 1.
All right, the moon has to spin off its axis and plow into the Pacific.
We need bums.
Then what?
Number 1, well, I guess it's 4 things then. You need bums, but that's, that's neither here nor there.
That's Keith, and we know how he's fucked up. Jesus Christ.
Number 1, we need to ensure that we can have the studio. And that is something that we have to be done through talent.
Okay.
Now,
all right, go to town. Who does that?
Yes. Right now.
Don't wait for those idiots.
Yeah, don't wait.
Who's in charge of that? Go to them right now and
Steve Leeds, I guess.
Go to Steve Leeds right now and see if the fishbowl is
Steve Leeds, availability, fishbowl, go. There goes. Run! All right. Just like watching him run.
It's amazing.
He's like, he should be going whack, 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 whack.
Sam doesn't know how to exercise whatsoever. Never played a sport.
He doesn't have to. He weighs 30 pounds.
Yeah, why would he? He's
30 pounds.
He stops running when he thinks we can't see him. We can see you.
Yeah. He's got he has the girth and the weight of a butter cookie.
Oh, and I guess he just asked where Steve Leeds is. Now he's just wandering aimlessly. Yeah. He's looking around very confused. I think there's some kind of nerve gas at that end of the building that just puts people to sleep. I don't know what it is. All right, so now he's going to check on the availability of fishbowl. That is our second hurdle. Out of Sam. 4? Are there 4 hurdles? All right, here he comes. Of course, he'll say he's not in yet. Yeah. And then we'll say, get him on the fucking phone pronto. Yes.
Steve Leeds is not in because he's in Nashville today. But Liam is on his way in, and he'll be able to check.
Now, isn't there a schedule? Isn't there a schedule of what that... There isn't some guy that knows it in his head.
The schedule lives on the intranet. And so Liam would have to log on through his intranet and find the talent bookings. Troy Kwan also has...
What about a book with fucking shit written on it or a calendar?
Wait, Troy Kwan could look it up?
Troy Kwan is checking to see if the studio is open. Now, if it's open, that's a good sign, but that could still mean that if there's a high-profile guest coming...
A sign? What are you, a psychic? We need to know.
It would be good, but if there's a high-profile guest coming that maybe everybody else wasn't alerted to, which has happened before... They would need the fishbowl for that.
Okay, high-profile guest is one thing.
That's something Liam would have to look into through his technological...
Mustard doing solo.
Tell Liam and his creepy shirts. Liam is a nice guy with the creepiest collection of shirts. Liam dresses him and fucking Kevin Bacon and the Woodsman trade shirts. Do you think I was really going to bomb on that one? I had to tag it. That's all.
I like that.
It started as a bomb, and I fixed it.
He wears different sneakers, too, let's not forget. Now
Yes.
Steve's coming.
Uh-oh.
Is he even involved with this?
Yes, he is. He's going to say, we couldn't get them all. I have the shirts.
But should we go over the other hurdles?
Oh, shit.
What does Steve have?
Oh, that's good. Any new information? Yes.
The studio is being used on Friday. It is booked from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. They're finding out if it can be moved.
I can't do afternoons on Thursday anymore.
Okay.
For real, I can't.
Okay. Because that was another question that got brought up.
No, I really can't.
What about Thursday morning?
We'll find out.
You got to run, Steve.
You run.
Thursday morning means we have one less day. Oh, wait, Friday afternoon?
I was asking for Friday morning.
I can't do Friday afternoon, but I can do Friday morning, Thursday
I
afternoon.
can do
Thursday
Friday
morning.
afternoon. I was confused. I really can't do Thursday
Jimmy can't
afternoon
do Friday afternoon.
We'll do Friday morning then.
Friday morning.
It has to be a morning thing.
Okay, Friday morning, but I'll see if you
But
get it moved.
See if it can be moved. Who is it?
Check Thursday, too.
Cosmo Radio.
Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out!
Yeah.
What?
I wouldn't have come in with that update. I would.
What is that?
No, you have to come in with these updates. What are they doing with the
Cosmic
baseball?
Radio.
Cosmo Radio.
Cosmo Radio. What the fuck?
It's for ladies.
What are they doing in there?
Yeah,
What are they doing? What are they doing?
And this is Friday morning, right?
There's Friday morning, 6 to 11 a.m. They'll, I'm assuming, be broadcasting their morning show from the Fishbowl. No, because they booked it.
Well, let's just see.
But maybe it can be moved.
Look.
Really?
It better fucking be moved.
Greenstein can override anybody.
Oh, my God.
Now, the other hurdles are also... There are some...
I'll just go with it. You're right, Jimmy. Let's see if Greenstein could override
He
it.
can. You know he can.
Let's see if he does.
There's some people who have raised concern as to whether or not technologically we will be able to broadcast and have a broadcast to our standards.
Why? This is a broadcast company.
Haven't they had broadcasts in there in every way, shape, and form?
They have artists perform there.
Yes.
It's been said that our equipment is different than the rest of the equipment at Sirius XM.
Why?
And so that would be easier said than done.
Well, no, because we realize we're not going to have internet and TVs and shit. We need microphones for the talent.
That brings up the other issue, how they made everything complicated, so overly complicated.
Seats
with everything.
for the people and a little microphone for the homeless guy. We're not... What equipment wouldn't they have in the Fishbowl that we need?
I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
Assuming
I'm gonna have an aneurysm. You suck it.
Assuming that
I fucking hate you.
I just love this.
I hate you with every cell in my body. You're doing this to me on purpose. You know damn well how this is gonna fucking play out.
Oh, believe me. I couldn't know more.
I just went from so mad to really happy though for some reason.
It's stellar.
Because it gets to a point it's just so ridiculous you can't be mad anymore.
This is stellar.
You can't be mad.
Now, assuming that technologically it works.
Right. You mean the microphones
yes.
in a radio fucking complex.
And assuming that Cosmo doesn't mind moving, their show, which would be very nice of them.
And I want to know what Cosmo is doing that they need the Fishbowl instead of just two people
I'll find that out.
Talking in a big fishbowl.
Also,
this fucking thing.
We also need to get it. It has not
Meat
yet
spin.
No, is it dumb? Stop sending this. Sorry, the Tiger Woods mistress sex tape video that's going around.
Stupid.
Where he lines up the girl.
Yes.
Enough. We've all seen it.
Got it.
Stupid.
It has not yet been approved by the sponsors.
Okay.
All right, but I don't see. If they were on board for Homeless Shopping Spree, they got to be on board for Homeless Talent Show.
I believe that to be the case.
Yes, so do I. I don't see that hurdle being a problem. Now, the equipment hurdle, I mean, oh my God. Mics, mic cords,
Could you get
plugs.
Could you get more info on the equipment
problem?
I'll talk to Marcelino.
Get Marcelino and say, what equipment problems will we run into?
He doesn't even know in here every day. How is he going to know out there?
I know, please.
This is a great exercise for listeners. Then you'll understand what we go through. Here comes Mars now.
This should... look at
Mars. Mars, come on in.
Mars.
You're great on mic.
Have you dealt with the Fishbowl in any fashion?
A little bit, and there will be no problems at all whatsoever.
All
None.
right.
So who's saying there would be problems, Sam?
Yeah, Sam, who said that?
Yeah, Mars, the only guy who does
gearing up?
jiu-jitsu and still gets fat. I mean, what?
Oh, Jesus. Sam, the reason I want to know who said this is I want to know who's gearing up to shut this down already by throwing that out there. Who said equipment?
One of our liaisons said that it would be possibly easier said than done.
Names.
Okay.
Who? Name names.
It was the man I was walking in the hallway with.
That is
And that
bullshit, by the way. That's bullshit.
He was just warning us there's a just in case or be prepared.
No, that is posturing. That is posturing that's putting on a raincoat before it starts raining. That's what that is. I've seen this before. I've seen it.
What did he say about the equipment not being up? I don't know what do you mean? What did he say?
He said that we have a very customized setting.
Yes, when we're doing the show from in here. If we were just us with mics, then it's fine.
Excuse me, remember when I said lazy? Thank you. I sit back
shit.
now.
Maybe he just...
Lazy. You know why?
Shit, yo.
Because the people that work around us don't want to be... They don't give a shit about success like we do. Lazy.
Maybe he just was concerned that you guys wouldn't have the show that you would want. He wanted to make sure it was all there for you.
Excuse me.
All there. We already admitted we just need 3 fucking mics, some smelly homeless fucking bums, and a few dozen listeners. How hard is this?
We want to have people...
We have on this show every day, by the way.
We want to have people who shit their pants sing songs. Tell them we don't have fucking Yitzhak Perlman coming to play Silent Night.
Yeah, we don't need a 24-track mixing board.
So Mars is saying there's no problem with the equipment.
There we go.
Go back to the liaison and tell them that. And what else do we need? What is Cosmo doing on
need to find out
Friday
what
morning?
Cosmo's
Find
doing.
out.
Okay.
You find out what Cosmo has planned and why they have it booked.
Okay.
Run!
Okay.
There he goes. He's off. His little duck feet.
Can we do live reads within show?
Ron Fez do it all the time.
Give me a live read. Let's just
Ron and Fez do it all. You know something?
As we get answers.
I noticed that, and I meant to say something. Ron and Fez do it all the time. So why can't we tell them to stop doing it? I'm kidding. Why can't we just...
What is this?
I'm a smartass like that. Opie, we're talking about the holidays and how stressful they are, and, of course, the great Vermont Teddy Bear Company.
I love these guys, actually.
Yes.
Oh, my God. It's time to send bears again. I've sent... you guys already know that. Dozens of bears over the years.
It's wonderful. And this time of year, so much to do, and no time to do it. None. What are you going to get for the woman in your life, huh? Well, good news. The Vermont Teddy Bear is the perfect gift this holiday season. It's unexpected, it's thoughtful, and it's the kind of gift that shows her you care.
That's right.
Yes, check out VermontTeddyBear.com and see how easy it is to send one of their great bears, like Mr. and Mrs. Claus. And then they got Baby's First Christmas. Oh, boy. I think we know who's going to be getting that one. Baby's First Christmas Bear? Mrs. Travis, perhaps? Tree Cutter Lumberjack Bear? Yes. You could also personalize a bear to her hobby or occupation, like the nurse, chef, yoga, or teacher bear. They've made it really easy. Go online to VermontTeddyBear.com. Call their bear counselor. It's 1-800-829-BEAR. And in minutes, you're going to get her the surprise of the season. Every Vermont Teddy Bear is delivered with a gift card, gourmet chocolates, and it's their famous gift box. You know the one. Little holes in it for them to breathe. It's adorable. If mistletoe's good, then Vermont Teddy Bear is great.
All right, with that, Sam's running in with an update.
Here comes Sam. Sam doesn't get winded, though. That's look, his cheeks are so rosy, though. What do we got?
Our liaison really pulled through. He let me know what Cosmo's doing.
What is Cosmo doing?
Cosmo.
Please, can I leave the room? Can I leave the room?
No, please sit.
Can I leave the room for
please
real?
Stay
Don't
there.
tell me what they're doing, ever. You should know.
Ever?
No, please.
No,
Let me
you
want to
know this.
Let me leave the room.
You want to know this.
I am openly admitting I can't control myself.
I'm sure it's a galactic
And when these
import.
fuckers down the hall understand that, then we'll have a better relationship.
What are they doing?
I can't control my emotions,
What are they
okay?
doing?
I'll
I'm
admit it.
Sure, it's very important.
Let me
Yes,
leave.
you must
What are they
listen.
doing?
Let me
No,
leave.
you
have
should
to
hear.
listen.
You should hear.
You should hear this.
What are they doing?
You should hear this.
They booked way in advance because this Friday will be Cosmo Radio's annual Christmas sweater fashion show. They'll have a fashion show of Christmas sweaters, and they're bringing in a stage and trumpeters. So they'll need the fishbowl.
All right, look, I gotta go.
You're going?
I gotta get out of here.
You're leaving.
Yeah.
And Jimmy,
I shouldn't have
there's
heard
someone
that.
that could overrule that, right?
Scott Greenstein's the president. He can absolutely, hold on, he can absolutely override that. And so can other people. There's other people that can override that.
Trumpeters, though?
But is
You're
it
not
possible?
overriding
What about Thursday morning? Why can't we do
find
it? We were going to do it Thursday afternoon. Why can't we do that Thursday morning?
There's another performance studio. I don't know if it's available. It's not the big glass one, but there is a window that looks out into the hallway, and it's big enough.
No, because where's our audience sitting?
It's big enough to fit like 12 audience members in there.
No, we're
12
looking
audience
for...
members.
You want more than that?
Yes!
We want, Have you ever
We're
seen...
popular!
Have you ever seen the Fishbowl when someone's playing and it's just got chairs all over and there's a bunch of people? That's what we're gunning for here. This has got to be big.
Can they put the Cosmo show in there if it's big enough?
Only if they can fit all the trumpeters.
Trumpeters and a fucking runway?
And the sweaters.
And sweaters.
No one listens to Cosmo Radio.
Well, let's see what they say. They haven't said no yet. They haven't said that they can't switch it.
Thursday, 6 to 10 seems to be open.
Would you like to do it on Thursday to avoid any crossing with the trumpeters
I
and
would
the sweaters?
prefer Friday, but I think that if Thursday's an option...
And you know, people took off work Thursday already because they thought they were going to the shopping spree.
Well, find out how many listeners we're allowed to have up
Yes,
here.
find that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now.
Find out how many we can
And
have.
So
other
Thursday
days
might
you get.
work.
And then no matter what they say not enough.
Give me another live read.
Is early morning...
Another live read.
Is early morning better to do it, or in the afternoon for homeless people? What do you think?
I can't do Thursday afternoon anymore.
They're
No,
homeless.
I'm just saying in general.
We could do
I could
Thursday.
do Friday afternoon, and I could do, you know...
Thursday morning will be fine.
I think so,
I think
too.
Thursday morning will be fine. We'll get them in here. They'll be all groggy. They won't be all fucking, completely gone.
They won't actually be hammered. You might get them awake from the night before, too, which could mean they could be enchanting.
Yes. All the breath on them. Morning breath. Homeless morning breath.
So they're using the Fishbowl for a fashion show, a radio fashion show,
a fashion show on the radio with trumpeters, Opie, trumpeters, to trumpet in the holiday sweater fashion show. I thought it was Cosmo Kramer when you popped up those pictures. I thought that was his radio show, and he was just going to get out there and throw the N-word out in the Fishbowl. Which would have really been funny.
Should we take a break?
I have to tinkle. I mean, I'm always up. They call me the break kid.
All right, let's get all the reconnaissance is going to come in. And then we'll come back from break and let everybody know how far we're advancing this
Sam's
whole
running
thing.
down, so we could get a break. We could get an update before the break, and then
we'll break,
and then he'll work the whatevers after. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
Sam.
Sam, you realize it's a fashion show on the radio, right?
For sweaters.
So that could obviously be
winded.
canceled.
Well, no, because they have trumpeters. And then you'd have to cancel all the trumpeters.
Or put them in another room.
Well,
What trumpet? What do you play? Who gives a shit?
Here's a red one with some holly on the sleeves. I guess you could
Now presenting something you will never get pussy in.
This one's from Van Heusen.
Go ahead, Sam.
It's worn by Jimmy Norton.
Go ahead, Sam.
well, the thing about it is, in the Fishbowl, we can fit... This is just ballpark. They don't know for sure. But in the Fishbowl, they're guesstimating 10 to 20 people.
Okay.
And in
How do you go 10 to 20?
In the other studio, more like 10 to 12. Because the thing is, we can't line them up in rows outside the Fishbowl.
They can't play our show outside.
They have to be inside.
We don't want it. We understand. But I've seen the room in there. We don't...
They can override that and play our show outside for one fucking day.
Oh, no, it's
We're
too
bending
dirty.
over backwards and trying to make the company money and save some
then it would have
fucking
to go
stuff.
through the lawyers
That's
again.
that's a legal issue with content and human resources and people working in a hostile work environment. That will never get through.
Also, as far as Thursday goes, it is open from 6 to 8:15 only.
Well, what's from 8:15 on?
Oh, Jesus.
8:15.
Oh, my God, he's going to explode. Oh, my God. What happens at 8:15?
Troy pulled up the intranet, and at 8:15,
we just call it the internet?
it's the intranet.
Yes, it's inside.
Company internet.
What happens?
The Cardinal has booked studio time in the
Who the
Fishbowl.
fuck is he?
Well, how about this?
Cardinal, which one?
Maybe the
I'm not sure
Cardinal.
which-
would
Oh, I
get-
thought it was a baseball player.
Maybe the Cardinal would be willing to trade studios because we're doing something for homeless people.
We're going to bounce the Cardinal.
No. Voluntarily. Maybe he would be willing to, knowing we're doing
A
something for homeless
charitable
people.
event.
We could ask the Cardinal.
Where are we
There-
at with bumping Cosmo?
Should I go find out?
Absolutely.
All right.
There is no fucking way the Cardinal is moving for the Opie and Anthony show.
Why? The Cardinal-
I guarantee it.
Why?
He's got a better shot of moving than the Cosmo does.
No way. They would not diss the Cardinal like
But
that.
that's not dissing him.
Oh, it's dissing
That's
him.
saying we're doing a homeless talent show to get money for the homeless. Can they move? And he'd probably go, yeah.
He'd go, Jesus
joking, right?
Christ.
Jimmy, you're joking.
I'm not.
Please say you're joking.
Now something you'll never get laid in. I'm being a trumpeter.
He's a trumpeter.
Look, it's wool with reindeer on it.
Let's say hi to Steve in Pennsylvania. Steve.
I'm not a good trumpeter.
Steve.
Hey, good morning, guys.
What's happening, man?
Hey, yeah, NPA, not Virginia. You confused me a little bit. But yeah, I just popped over to Cosmo, and they're having a little bitch fit. They're saying that, when they, because you guys can't do the right thing and get a mall, that you're trying to, take away their sweater thing.
No, we were able to get them all, by the way.
Yeah, well,
If the bit was done our way. I don't want people to confuse the issue. We were able to get them all if we did the bit our way. Enough with that shit.
And they're threatening. They're threatening you guys, saying there's no fucking way, and they just, put it out there again that it's going on 9 to 11 at the Fishbowl, and fuck you guys.
I don't believe Cosmo said fuck us.
Well, not in so many words, but, they're catty fucking...
Oh, they broads,
bullshit,
yeah? Broads over there?
Yeah.
What do they
Well,
look
there's
like?
a guy,
Any
but
good?
he's a broad.
Where do they broadcast, Sam?
Right down there.
Broad.
Go ask them personally.
I mean, I don't...
Go ask them personally.
No, let's wait and see what they're...
No, ask them nicely. Knock on their door and say, I got it. And you can wait till they're in break. Because that would be outrageous if something crazy happened on the radio show.
Well, there are other
We'd get in such trouble.
radio show hosts who have accused you guys of being hostile in the work environment, and I'm afraid that Cosmo would.
Who?
Well, I mean, he whose name shall not be mentioned.
The gay show.
No,
we
the
get
guy
along
with
with you
the...
just being
Yeah, we get along with them.
No, we get along.
they're
with
fine.
We get along with the gays now.
The guy who,
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want another...
All right.
Just politely when they go to break. I'm serious. Ask them. Go, and you can even say, "Don't kill the messenger." All right, you'll be fine. You have another update?
I asked our liaison where we were at with bumping Cosmo.
Yeah.
He said, nowhere yet, but we're pursuing all options.
More corporate
That's
lingo.
corporate lingo. His testicles would be getting shocked right now, and he'd become these in his pants if Jimmy had his way.
And he wonders why he's wearing a tie.
He's a professional.
Is he? At what?
Liaisoning.
Well, in the corporate world, that's a good gig.
Here's
For real,
the other
that's a
option.
great gig to have.
Oh, another option.
Here's the other option.
Yes.
And I'm not letting them off the hook. Cardinal, I understand you can't push the Cardinal. you can't do it. If he volunteers, but you can't move him.
Oh.
What are the odds they would allow us, because we can get audio out in this hallway right here, because we're kind of sequestered, what are the odds they would allow us to have listeners outside this studio and play our audio right here? If people were, if people were funneled around the other way so they didn't have to deal with it, because there's other ways to get to everything here.
You know what, though? It's not that audience performer setup. We need, like it was at the other place.
I know.
The audience is set up. There, they'd be down the hall. How do you
I mean, right,
them
like, look at it right here. Boom, right around. If you open the door.
That's a cozy 10 people.
And I have to guess that the odds of that being allowed are very poor.
Slim to none.
All right.
Maybe none.
Tell you the truth.
Stop stalling. Go talk to Cosmo. We're going to go to break, Sam.
All right.
Yeah, we'll go to break.
No, I'm serious.
But ask them nicely. Tell them it's
Ask
for the
them very
homeless.
nicely.
It's not. We're not trying to bump them. We just physically need it. Do they need that one, or can they do it in the other one? I mean,
We've heard some things. We just want to clear up, clear the air here. I'm the messenger. With all due respect, blah, blah, blah.
Please.
Shouldn't I talk to the program director?
yeah,
Because around here, the hosts, other than you guys, they don't do anything. I mean, they're not allowed to. People aren't allowed to.
Just see how they feel about it.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't even know who the program director
Get the
for that
info.
station is.
I'll get the info.
Get the info.
One way or the other.
Get the lowdown.
I'll have an update when you come
Get the
back.
skinny.
All right, we're going to do a break here.
Yeah.
Is this us?
I like this music.
Opie and Anthony.
Trumpeters.
Got lots of updates. So let's start with Steve, who left the studio as we go back on air.
holy shit!
All right. What's up?
Relax.
Update.
Okay.
All right.
T-shirts for the homeless shopping spree you're in. Sorry.
Give me
Okay.
I spoke to the individual who runs Cosmo, who we all know.
We
Names.
Oh, I don't know.
We all know. Who we used to work with him is Craig at WANW.
I like Craig.
Okay. Craig said, if you're calling me to move this thing on Friday, the answer is no. We've been planning it for a month and a half. You guys have been planning this for an hour and a half. He said,
but the reason is not...
No, we've been planning ours for a really long time.
It's not to be dicks. It's simply... Can they move to the other studio? No. Why?
No, he said, we're not moving it. The answer is no, and it's a firm no. Don't ask.
That ain't happening.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cosmo we have requested, and they are just basically saying no.
All right, well,
fuck you. Did he say that they couldn't because of logistics?
Yeah, he said logistically they have a stage, they have a fashion show, they have trumpeters. There's too much physical stuff to move to a different studio.
Sounds like on such short notice to the stage guy's going to come and the trumpeter guys and the sweaters.
Any
will
other
all be
updates,
here.
Steve?
It looks like the Thursday morning may be more of an option. The 6 to 10 a.m. may be more of an option because I think that Cardinal thing may be a rebroadcast. So we'll see if that's actually...
Rebroadcasting from the Fishbowl?
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. See, I don't know what they book these things for until we actually talk to talent. That's why I was making sure Liam didn't leave.
But how long would it take to find out if it's taped or a real Cardinal?
Exactly.
You got to find out from talent, which is who just...
All right, go grab Liam then.
How complicated is this?
Yeah, go find out.
And then we sent Sam over to the Cosmo Studios.
We could so bump a Cardinal tape.
And paint the picture, Sam. What happened after you left for the studio?
Straight to the source.
Okay.
I went to the Cosmo Studio, and we walked past, and I went with Troy, because Troy knows...
Is that an exact quote? Liam says Steve doesn't know what he's talking about. Great. That's an exact quote.
Where's Liam?
Yes, Sam.
Let me be the liaison, everybody.
Okay.
Yes, I went to the studio with Troy because Troy knows more people than I do, plus he's bigger than me.
Yeah.
So we went in, we went, to the window.
Yes.
And then poked our head through the door thing and said, come here. And the intern who works there, I know. So she came out. And the first thing she does with this hugely concerned look on her face is say, don't fuck up my shit.
Wow.
What are we doing to her?
Because apparently some of our listeners who mean well have been bombarding Cosmo Radio with phone calls.
Oh, no.
And I want to make it perfectly clear, because we'll get in trouble for that, too. We had nothing to do with that.
We never said to...
I want to go on record and say that.
I didn't even think about that.
Right.
So then... Troy and I say, no, look, we're not attacking anyone. We just have this thing going on, blah, blah, blah. And we tell her, and she goes, okay, well, I'll talk to the host. They were still on the air, though. So we wait until the on-air light goes off.
Yeah.
And then we kind of poke our head in the window, and they pretend not to see us. Mm-hmm. So Troy, with some balls, sticks his head, opens the door, sticks his head in, and says, is it cool if we come in?
And then what did they say?
And of course, they go, yeah, come on in. And they were pissed.
They were.
Especially the chick. You could see it in her eyes. Like, she had the, kind of teary, pissed off eyes.
Oh, man.
Like, she wouldn't look at us. And we were like, yeah, we're just doing this thing, a show for the homeless that we've they screwed up our first bit.
It's charity.
And we were trying to do this. And we wanted to know if we could, on Friday, use the space. And she's like, use what? And we were like, well, the studio that you have. Which studio? And he's like, the Fishbowl. No way. No. She was like, we've been promoting our thing. This is our thing. We have a party going.
Right. Kevin from Jersey.
Sweater party.
Kevin from Jersey goes, sorry, they're up. Jordan, actually. Kevin, you had a good answer feedback, too. Jordan from Scranton writes, if I were Craig, I don't know if I'd be proud of the fact that it took a month and a half to plan a sweater show with trombone players.
They're all rusty trumpets. My teeth itch.
Again,
I've been sitting here, by the way, trying to figure out how to work a rusty trombone line in, and I couldn't.
Well,
and just
neither could I.
Apparently not. Jimmy.
But yeah, both the girl and the guy board op said that there's no way that this could happen, that they've been promoting this. This is their big thing. This is their Christmas party. They've been promoting it for a long time, and they need the studio.
No way.
Cool.
No way.
There's actually,
no way.
And when we walked in, Troy introduced himself and said, hi, I'm Troy from the Opie and Anthony show. And the guy who's the board op said, yeah, I know who you are. I've been to your house a couple times.
Oh, shit. Oops.
Okay, well, the Cosmo channel.
All right.
They prefer not to give up their studio.
Well,
I mean, if we need to talk to the program director of Cosmo face-to-face, not on the phone, we could go do that too.
Well, you can't really fault the Cosmo Show.
I mean, it's a
They
goofy
have
idea,
a sweater
though.
thing
It doesn't make any sense.
They have a runway that has to be constructed and brought in, I gather. They have trumpeters and sweaters. What other day are they going to do this?
Well, let's ask Liam.
Yes.
Maybe the 20 listeners on Cosmo have been looking forward to
Christ.
that. Let's ask Liam.
I'll go find
That's all
Liam.
we need.
What? There you go, find Liam.
Here comes the look.
Go find him and see if he's around.
Did you guys have fun with your exercise today?
How much are you looking forward to vacation?
I will say this. If they don't find a way to get this done with the money as a stake, and I'm telling you this for the record, it's the last time I will ever try to get something pushed through. I literally will lose all interest in this company making a fucking dime off anything I'm involved with. I really will lose complete interest.
Yeah, that's the whole, gist of this thing. It's like, let's see, with our complete cooperation and, brainstorming.
And willingness to switch.
And willingness to adapt, how far this can go. And we're running around, Sam is like a chicken without a little head, and really nothing getting accomplished. It's fascinating.
Well, it's the corporate world, it's the radio world, and what it's become. I know we sound like broken records, but this is a great exercise because now I see people seriously running around like they don't even know what to do. It's like if you kick an anthill.
Yeah.
And you see the ants going, we know we have to do something, but we don't know where to start. That's what this environment has become because there's so many levels of management.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Look at the amount of people we've already had to run through, and we're no closer. What about the answer on the Cardinal? Is it a tape? Is it the Cardinal?
We can't even find that out, eh?
Is it in the big fishbowl?
We can't even find that out.
What would he be doing in the fishbowl?
How hard would that be to figure out?
Is he doing a big pointy hat show? What is going on?
Here comes Sam.
Sam's back with some more intel.
Hi, Sam.
You're like a messenger.
Good news?
I'm a liaison.
Yeah.
So, what we're looking at now from Liam is Thursday, except in the studio that you say you didn't want to be in, the other performance studio that's not the Fishbowl. Right now, because the Fishbowl itself is not a studio, there's a studio connected to the Fishbowl that allows you to broadcast within the Fishbowl. The studio that allows you to broadcast from the Fishbowl, the board that we need, that is what is being used to run a recording of the Catholic show. They have no other studio to run this recording. Right now they're
How about
getting...
they use our studio because we
won't be in here.
Oh my God.
Right now well, the thing is, we would need to go from the board that is attached to the Fishbowl...
We're being bumped for a tape?
...into our board, I would think.
Wait a minute.
Should I go ask Liam how come the Catholic channel can't just broadcast out of our studio if it's a recording?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Hey, can I share my very awkward moment I had in the bathroom, by the way?
Oh.
Because I like to,
Well, you always thought you were bigger, and I showed you that you weren't, and it wasn't awkward for me, dude. I didn't lose any respect for you. It was cold on your side of the restroom.
I like to let it all just...
I believe it's from Arkansas.
I like to let it all hang out, speaking of bathrooms.
Yes.
So one of the suits in question, one of the liaisons, had the nerve to actually speak to me in the bathroom. Oh. And I was like, you're nuts to even say anything to me right now because I'm fucking all nerves. He goes, for what it's worth, this has just been a great hour and a half of radio, even if it's been at my expense.
Oh,
and I said, you know something? I already know that. I already know we do great radio. That's what we do.
Oh.
Great radio. The problem is we need people around us that know how to help us do even better radio. And slam a Rooney and back down the hall to the studio. That was the awkward moment that went down. Don't tell me we do great radio. I already know that.
Oh, boy. Awkward.
I already know that. That's not the problem. That's never been the problem. We want to be doing even better radio, and believe it or not, easier radio. Easier radio. Where it's not a chore to get this shit done all the time.
Easy peasy Japanesey.
Even if it's at my expense.
Oh, God. I'm sorry to hear about that. That'll be a fucking
I ain't doing
humdinger.
no post meetings today.
Oh, no, you don't have to.
No,
I am going to be eastbound and down minutes after the mics go off. Please.
Just running around like crazy now.
So, okay. We have the Cardinal tape.
Is that the latest issue?
The Cardinal tape is going to be played from when to when? That's Friday or Thursday.
We can't have the
I'm
studio
confused.
because there's a fucking tape.
Yes.
Being played.
A tape is going to be played on the board.
I like this. You're joining my side.
That we would need.
It took an hour, but I knew I'd get you.
How could we not,
Go ahead, guys? Have fun with that.
have
I'll be honest.
priority over a
Have fun with that
tape?
one.
How this works out is I want it to work out, but if it doesn't, I will never, from now until October when my contract expires, I will never try to push for you guys to fucking do anything that's going to make money for the company again. I really won't. And I don't give a fuck if you pull my plugs. I really don't care. I will do nothing to try to help this fucking company make money other than show up and do my stupid job.
Let it be known, too, on the way home yesterday, it was pretty intense in the car, and Jimmy was rah, let's try to figure something out. I said, all right.
Well, we did.
And we did.
And I shouldn't have been.
Thank you, Jimmy. That's what I was trying to tell you.
And I shouldn't have been.
That's why,
pending every fucking discussion, every fucking discussion I've had in a meeting after. I shouldn't have been rah-rah. You know what? You're right. I shouldn't have been.
And you were kind of getting frustrated at me, and I understand. You were frustrated at me, and I'm like, Jimmy, I just know how this shit works.
For personal reasons, I shouldn't have been.
I just need Anthony, and I got the whole room. Come on, Ant. Sam's back with another update.
Sam's back. We're dealing with stairs now, too.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You're going upstairs now?
That's really
This is a multi-level thing?
Yeah. Just as I suspected, because of the way our show is set up to broadcast, we would need 2 boards to run out of that studio. We'd need the board that's connected to the fishbowl, as well as our board. Which means there would be no board left for the Catholic Channel.
How about the Catholic Channel plays the fucking tape next week?
But Jimmy, you were rah-rah.
Why can't they do that?
It's either, they won't tell me whether it's a tape or ISDN tape. It sounds like it's a tape, but it has to be ISDN. And if the tape has to be ISDN, then you need a board. If it's just a tape, then you just put it in the system. You don't need a board.
Why can't they figure out any other way to broadcast this?
Why can't someone just go to Greenstein, who's the president of the company, and say, can you help us get this done? Yes or no? He's the boss.
Jimmy, walk down the hall and talk.
No, I won't. I really, we won't. No. I really won't do it.
Tape?
Why don't you just ask?
I'm so happy this is going on, because this is what we deal with. This is for real what we deal with. It's no-brainer shit that they make so complicated.
Because then you're not taking into account all the listeners of the Catholic Channel.
I'm sure there's plenty of them. I'm sure there are. But
someone actually just wrote, what happened to the original mall bid? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I like that we're giving an insight into what it's like to
This is why
I
come October.
It's exhausting.
I never thought I'd be ready to leave radio, but I really am. I, honest to God, am ready to just fucking move on with my career. I have that little fun in this situation.
You were rah-rah yesterday, Jimmy.
For real, though.
Yeah, why can't it be loaded into Profit, which is the system here, the recording system, just like every other pre-recorded program on the entire platform? That's how our replays and Ron and Fez's replays are played. No board needed, no nothing. Why does...
You just read that.
Yeah. I read it.
Who's that guy
Danny
with a
wrote
fucking shirt on? He looks scary.
I don't know. Who is he?
I'll ask him in a minute.
What does he do? What does that guy do?
How is he fucking us?
Jimmy, you were rah-rah yesterday.
But you understand I'm rah-rah, but you understand the way I feel personally is completely different.
Laughing at?
I was just giving some good information if you guys want. I just found out, I know this is very exciting for everybody, but Don Wicklin is in the building. We could talk to him if you want.
Who said that? Who fucking told you that?
Travis?
Why? Who cares?
That's true.
Does he run the Catholic channel?
No.
Not with his godless lifestyle, he doesn't.
Oh, my goodness.
That fucking sodomite.
Oh, wow.
I guess this would be a fun time to... I guess this would be a fun time... I guess this would be a fun time to read the email I got from my agent last night.
Oh, cool.
Want to hear this?
Kenny?
Oh,
Kenny's
Kenny's got something.
Kenny's got an update.
I got a great idea. This is the solution to everything.
Oh, okay.
Let's do it in Washington, D.C. at XM Studios.
I don't even know what to do with that.
I know. The homeless people all used to work there. Before the merger. Or was it a rape?
Bob wrote me last night because he called and I couldn't get to the phone. So I
That
said, hey,
guy's
what's
good.
up?
He's fucking good.
And Bob, our agent, last night, this is a real email. This will drive Jimmy nuts. He writes, yeah, just want to hear if you have an update on the mall situation. Did they secure the one that was left?
That's why I haven't talked to Bob in over a week, and I'm going through Jonathan now, my manager.
Jesus.
I have no interest in working with him anymore. I really don't. He let me get fucked here. He let me get fucked.
My God, man.
In response to the initial question, I think the taped show has to be ISDN
Can I?
So they can't ISDN.
So
to
the tape is at another location.
Can I tag Jimmy's bombshell
on that board?
Yes.
Mars,
I didn't say anything.
Mars
No,
suggests...
I'm leaving radio. I just want to tag your bombshell with this. There has to be some drastic changes in October.
I don't care about them or not. I've stopped having fun doing
or
it.
I'm with you. And that's my bombshell today. Mars, what do you have for the situation?
Situation?
That ISDN situation?
Let me see your abs.
It could, no.
Too much cake? Yeah, too much cake.
Yeah. Anyway, they could have the ISDN coming into this room and we could CDR it off in here. We could swap just this room. They could still use,
Why won't they do that?
I don't know.
So the recording is at another location. So there's a Cardinal tape somewhere at the other end of an ISDN line miles away. And it runs into here at a certain time.
Can't they mail the fucking tape and we play it from here?
Yes. It sounds like they're going to run a taped show via ISDN live.
Where is the taped show?
I don't know, but it would, your solution of just getting a copy of the taped show before live.
Yeah, then it could run from anywhere.
The best
Why
solution.
can't they do that?
Guys?
Opie's initial thing, lazy.
Okay.
Hey, lazy's going to be the answer. You know that.
Uh-oh. Now to add a little more to this, Keith the cop on line 10. Okay. Let's go to Keith. How are you, sir?
How are those tread marks? Because you got thrown under a fucking bus yesterday.
How does the bottom of that bus look?
Did you get some blame yesterday?
I just woke up. What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? Are you kidding me? What are we doing?
See, Keith, what happened was there's no mall availability. So we decided, look.
Which was sort of blamed on.
Which is Keith's fault, by the way, for handling it like he had handled it all the previous years of fucking it up by the numbers. If you remember, the thousands of people, the happy homeless, the great content on radio, that was all Keith's fuck up, by the way, everybody.
I apologize.
Yeah, and you should. And we heard it yesterday that it was indeed Keith's fault. That this didn't happen this year. So anyway, with that whole shopping spree shenanigans well behind us, we decided we'll move on and do something for the homeless, make some entertaining radio, and keep the sponsors involved by doing a homeless talent show. Now, we would take our show into the big fishbowl in the lobby, have a live audience of about 20, 25 people, like the good old days at XM, in that big space, in the chairs. We would then host the whole thing, judge the contest, and the homeless would sing, dance, comedy, whatever they could do, and we would give them money for it, and everyone has fun. It would be fun content. We would talk to the listeners again. That was always fun, and things like that. So we've been trying to get this green-lit, as they say, for quite a while now today, and we're just kind of being blocked at every turn because this fishbowl is being used on all the times that we can do this program.
Well, we might do it from this studio.
Well, I already see problem number one.
Uh-huh.
Which I've experienced a couple times in the last couple weeks when I've been bringing the homeless up there.
Yeah.
See, we can't get to the fishbowl from the front desk because the twat that sits over you, the
dumped.
I got it.
Good, Keith.
I'm on
That
it.
was an atom bomb, brother.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm
That was an atom bomb,
Gotta
brother.
watch that.
It's very difficult to move around the.
There's some corporate shit going on where you can't just bring homeless through the front door. That's all you had to say.
Yeah. I don't understand that though. Why can't you just bring homeless people through the front
Oh no,
door?
I didn't even mean that. But like the other day, I came in for a meeting, and the meeting was in progress, and I went to the desk, and then I need to go to this meeting. It's down the hall. See that room down there? I will have to call somebody to find out if you're in the meeting. Well, you can't call them in their office because they're in the meeting. Well, I have to call their office and leave a message, and when they get the message, then they'll come and get you. But they're all in the meeting. They're right there in the room. It took me 20 minutes to get into the room.
To get into a room that you were looking right into.
Right, that I was a part of that meeting.
And you were part of the meeting.
Right.
Yes,
So
that's
you
how.
can't even
That's
get
just more.
That's how it
That's
works.
just more weird corporate stuff.
That's how it works.
I'll never understand that. to be honest with you.
Now that's the newest idea we came up with. But apparently, it seems the Cosmo Channel has the Fishbowl book to do a Christmas sweater fashion show with trumpeters and a runway kind of walkway thing. And then the other day we have available, apparently the Cardinal is running a taped program that has to be run through the board that the Fishbowl uses, so we can't use that. And I don't know why they can't just run a tape from somewhere else. And doing it in any other way, shape, or form without the live audience, without that interaction, and without a larger space than our studio is futile.
I don't know why we just couldn't go shopping.
Well, yeah, that...
Boy, we accomplished a lot today.
Well, Keith, I don't know why we couldn't go shopping either. Apparently, you did something wrong.
Of course.
That was good. Was it those big double tires that went over you yesterday, or were they just single rear wheels?
Keith, from where you stand, what went wrong with the homeless shopping spree? Because they said you did exactly what you've done in past years, and the climate has changed out there. That's sort of what was told to me.
Yeah, they were following Keith's lead, is what they said.
I mean, we in the past when this first started, we gave no heads up when we were in NEW. We just went. I mean, the first time we just went. The second time, the police department had a little bit of a clue we were coming just from the general talk and stuff like that. But the mall manager, when I got there, was pissed. He wouldn't even talk to me. And then in the past couple of years at XM, the local police department knew because of things, but we never went and asked for permission.
No.
We never went and asked for permission. And we went and met the security out of a courtesy the last couple times. But as soon as as soon as Sirius XM started to open the mouth, it all went back to insurance papers and this and that.
Yeah.
And of course, everyone's passing when you tell somebody, "Hey, we're coming here, we're gonna fuck up your day," and when we walk out, well, you're responsible.
Ugh.
You can't do it.
Ugh, just fucking embarrassing.
You can't do it.
Embarrassing.
But Jimmy,
no, I mean with what he's talking about. You think I don't know, dude? If you knew the dealings I've had,
I know you know.
Holy shit!
I do know you know.
I mean, we did. The fellow from promotions that I went out with, he did do his best job with it, but when it came
logically,
back around,
hold on. But logically, that scenario, that's where we should have said, you know what, we can't do this. Then no one's going to agree to these terms.
Can I go to the Cosmo Fashion Show though instead of the?
How about we have the homeless guys wear the sweaters for the Cosmo people, and we'll broadcast together.
Cross promotion.
Togetherness.
I think
cross promotion.
Burned your bridges at Cosmo.
We didn't even burn our bridge. We asked them nicely. We weren't yelling and screaming at them at all. We were very professional.
it got too corporate. It got too PC. I mean, in the meeting, one of the things that was brought up to me was, hey, legal wants to make sure that the homeless understand that when we get back to the city, we're not bringing them back to where we pick them up. They have to know this. And I go, that's okay. I go, you know why? Because they're fucking homeless. I go, when we get back to the city, they're fucking home.
They're home. It's the city.
They're home at the mall, too. Because they don't have a fucking home. They're homeless.
Yeah. In past years, some of the guys said, you know what, I'm hanging out at the mall for a while. It seems pretty warm in here.
It's fine.
Oh my
I
God.
said they're homeless. We don't have to go. We don't have to bring them back.
All right. Well, thank you, Keith.
So I have to find
They are blaming you, though.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll get back to you immediately when we know. Oh, you got an update?
I have an update.
All right,
from our legal liaison.
That we spoke of
earlier this
All
morning.
Right. The one that green-lit the whole thing.
He wasn't able to green light it, but
is it baking?
But I thought, no. I heard the legal. said everything's fine.
The legal side, yes, you're right. It's fine legally.
All right.
And our legal liaison believes that we will have good news later on today. He just needs to touch base with a few more people.
About the lawyers?
In general. I asked if there was more specific information to be given, and he said there was not.
What is this, D-Day? What the fuck is this?
Hey, look, I want to get it done.
Well,
I want to get it done.
Let's get this done. Let's make this work. Come on, everybody.
It looks
Come
like
on. Pull
it's
together.
gonna happen.
Okay. All right.
Pull this
you know
together.
what? Good. Then I haven't lost interest.
In the fishbowl?
Not confirmed. We still need to touch base on that. That's something we might have to work through
This is so
offline.
Why are you guys believing in anything?
There
is no Santa Claus.
Yeah. Santa gonna come down and
Hell
give you
fucking
presents?
As long as I'm good. I mean, I did what you guys said.
Yes, you did. You were very good.
Wasn't naughty.
Well, now what are we doing? I guess we're leaving everybody hanging here.
So what a cliffhanger.
We'll know tomorrow, perhaps.
Can we have homeless people in to sing?
Wow.
Find out tomorrow.
Find out tomorrow on the next.
Does Steve have an update?
No. What do you...
What? Yes.
Does he have anything?
Steve?
It's really just a question.
Unclipped, much better.
If you're going to ruin it. Thank you. Sorry.
That's all right. That's a good one. Go on.
Thank you.
It's like you just started in radio. It's weird.
Steve should show his ads.
No.
Why, Sam?
Because I don't have them. It's really, like Sam said, it's really just a question of where, because all this, all these different shows have to be met with, and everybody has to decide where they're willing to move and where they could move, pre-taped or taped.
Steve talks like one of them.
Yeah.
He is one of them.
I am. Thank you.
Wow. You're a suit, man.
Sleep next to the bean pod.
All right.
Yep.
I'm done. I have nothing else to say until we figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
What else is there to
Don't
say?
go home with hope.
I don't have hope.
Don't go home. God, is that the
I'm trying not. Do you understand? I'm trying not to quit.
That should be hung up everywhere in this building. Don't go home with hope.
That's the wrong idea.
Holy shit, is that the perfect line?
I'm the Yogi Berra of radio. Trust me. You guys just don't know it yet.
That should be a banner like, is it good for the company? Don't go home with hope.
I want the fucking listeners to come up with not a really nice "Don't go home with hope" sign that we could hang up over that door.
Oh, do we need it?
I want to
in
be
this
reminded
studio.
every fucking day.
Just to look at it and go, yes. Why did I hope for a second?
I was optimistic every meeting I had. Every fucking meeting I had. Hey, maybe. Nothing.
Yeah.
Negativity only breeds negativity.
Not at all. Not when you've shown positivity and gotten nothing but negativity in return. Then negativity is just a smart response to bullshit.
I was insulted by hearing that yesterday, that there's a lot of negativity revolving around the fucking radio show.
The whole company hates us. We all know that.
I was insulted to hear that because it's like, don't they understand the frustration?
There was less anger in here when I was backing the Nazis.
Wow. At least they get things done. You didn't fucking see Goebbels asking Hitler, look, blue sky this.
Where's E-Rock? I just fucking rubbed my ball bag on this shirt. It should be worth something online now.
I want this shirt.
E-Rock.
It's a collector's item.
It is. We can't sell those shirts. They got sponsor logos on them.
Who would sell them?
Well, I mean, we can't give them away either.
I'm going to wear them around the house.
Wait. Whoa. Wait. We have 200 T-shirts that are a collector's item now. For real, my Twitter did explode because I put a picture up and everyone's like,
yes,
I want one of those because now
it's
it's become like fucking famous, this shirt and this whole thing. We're not allowed to give the shirts to listeners.
Why can't we give them away?
No, I was instructed yesterday afternoon
that the company will be taking the shirts back and locking them away for now.
Now, why? wait. I want to know why there is an issue.
There's sponsor logo.
Well, it doesn't matter the sponsor logo. So what's the problem?
They don't want the shirts going out to the public with the sponsor logos on them since the event isn't happening.
Because if the sponsors haven't paid,
everything?
Then we're giving people T-shirts with
free
the logo. And they don't want
the company doesn't want the sponsors
That's not
to
true.
get free advertising.
You guys are now being silly.
No, we were instructed.
So the company doesn't want the sponsors getting the advertising on these shirts.
We were actually asked to give the staff shirts back.
Yeah, and I'm leaving with my shirt.
Yeah, we refused.
I'm selling it.
They didn't do too good a job because we came in this morning and that first box is wide open and people just were helping themselves while we left.
We were told that there would be somebody coming by to pick up the boxes, and we responded that when the person arrives, that not to worry because the boxes would be much, much lighter than they were when
Yes, because everyone wants these shirts now. That was not a real conversation.
Yes, it was.
No, stop it. Just stop now.
It was.
Now you guys are totally goofing on us.
I wouldn't lie.
You saw how we react to the company goings on, and you thought this will be funny. Let's tell them that we can't give the shirts away.
I'm going home.
But it's true.
Jimmy has had it.
It's just it's embarrassment and disgust. It really is.
You guys should come to this. You want to come to the staff meeting?
I'm right with you.
No.
We got a meeting.
I'd rather go to a staff infection meeting.
Oh.
See, where I get an infection.
Staff meeting for you, or
I just want the sign. Don't go home with hope. That's all I ask for.
That is
for tomorrow.
Well, I for one
I wrote
won't
my
be
ball
reading
bag
it.
on the shirt, so that's got to be worth something online, E-Rock. Or
Oh my God. He's pretending like he doesn't want to read.
That is classic.
Do we have anything else to do?
Well,
Yeah, actually.
What? Oh, we got to record something?
Live and record stuff.
What?
Are you guys in the mood?
Can we do that tomorrow?
Can I just go?
I think so. I think we can do it.
Where's the live read?
Yeah, what is it? What's it for?
What is it? We love our sponsors.
I know,
They're not
we
the
do.
problem.
We give them our best. Always.
Oh, wow. Steven Singer. He's advertising with our show?
Yes.
Fucking hey, I love this Steven Singer guy.
That's
I remember him from our YSP days, Anthony.
Isn't that ironic? You love him, yet his website is IHateStevenSinger.com.
I understand that.
I
That's
don't
the
get
brilliance of Steven Singer.
But I don't understand it.
Yeah, the loyal listeners of Philly know who Steven Singer is. Here's the deal on Steven Singer and Steven Singer Jewelers. This guy is a genius. Face it, you're not getting laid on Christmas unless you give her diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
That's what every girl secretly hopes for under that tree. You get laid if you're a scratch golfer. Tiger Woods joke. Listeners in Philly know that Steven Singer is the man to go to for diamond jewelry. You've been told that before. He hooks you up with affordable, great gifts. Well, now all of our listeners need to know about Steven Singer, and here's why. He has figured out how to make everything so easy and idiot-proof. Is he doing online shopping?
What? I was just out the door.
Fucking brilliant if he's doing online shopping. All right,
yes,
good.
he is. He's a genius.
All right, go online to IHateStevenSinger.com, point, click, and have awesome jewelry shipped right to your door. The website, IHateStevenSinger.com. Need some help? Call them, 1-888-I-HATE-STEVEN-SINGER, and have a personal shopper assist you for free. This is the best place to go for your holiday shopping. You'll get beautiful, top-quality jewelry at a great price with free shipping both ways and a lifetime guarantee. The website, IHateStevenSinger.com. This is a guy you can trust. We've met him. We like this Steven Singer guy. Even though it says I Hate Steven Singer, we like him. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com, or if you're in Philly, the other corner of 8th and Walnut, give us some credit. Oh, yeah. Really? Tell him Opie and Anthony sent you?
Yes!
Oh, yeah, that's pretty smart, because then he knows his advertising is working. So if you go to IHateStevenSinger.com or call 1-888-I-HATE-STEVEN-SINGER, tell him Opie and Anthony sent you. Cool.
Can you just say, we'll see you tomorrow, bye, for editing purposes?
For what?
For editing purposes.
I don't know if I'm going to be here, though.
Well, you could
Why would
just
I say that?
Just fib. Just
No.
fib.
I know.
My job's easier today.
Sam, you say it.
See you tomorrow, guys. Bye.